So, when we last left off, the party had been making their way through the trials of the pyramid, discovering secrets about its origin and a little bit about themselves along the way, uncovering artifacts that seem to relate to their destiny and how to manifest it in interesting ways. Nearing the end and approaching Kitangu's lair, you all had made a discovery, and upon forcing Miriam into a very uncomfortable situation, managed to get her to wear the clothes that you had found out in the desert. The ones that were nostalgic, reminiscing on a time and place of adventure. And as you put them on her, they seemed to almost brighten up and return to their former glory, but as her uncomfortableness grew, she managed to wrestle herself free from the situation as Joshua managed to move on into the next chamber, bumping into a giant wall of fire. And as that fireball turns in your directions, you watch as a massive maw opens up in the side, as this roiling flame is just sort of towering over you. And as it opens, you can see these crackling white spikes as teeth move as it speaks, spitting bouts of flame as it pretty much kind of spits at you, but it just sort of dissipates into these like little sparks of flame as it speaks in your general direction, as it introduces itself.
Oh, hey, hello there. Hey, what are you doing in here? Hey, you guys aren't adventurers, are you?
Oh, no,
Nope.
we're not adventurers. We're here to see Kitangu, nothing else.
We've been going through the password resetting process.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a convoluted one, so I like to work my way in.
And he kind of like sidesteps, and you can kind of see like the trail that he's wrought, where he's just burned through sections entirely.
I like this guy. He's very
I like
handsome.
the cut of your jib.
It's my
sir.
kind of genasi.
Hey, well, you don't seem
like
so bad
your
yourself.
spunk.
By the way, my name is Kasu. That's it. Yeah. But most people call me by Gorman, Power of the Eternal Forge, Gorthalax the Insatiable, all that stuff and whatnot. But most probably call me Forge Gorman, or, Gore for short.
Anyone who would like to can make a history or religion check.
My raises
I
her
will
hand
take the
for-
religion.
to ask a question.
Yes?
She's raising her hand to the giant fire thing.
Oh, I thought you were calling something out. She says,
Oh, yes, you little lady. What's up?
Can you taste
Miriam's
things?
sobbing and putting her clothes on in the background.
Oh.
That has horrible out of context quote connotations.
I was like, whoa, okay, it changed the entire mood of this situation.
Yeah.
Go on with what you were saying.
Can you taste things, or is it just, or you not have taste buds?
Oh, yeah, I can absolutely taste stuff. I mean, it's more of an esoteric sort of thing. I don't necessarily have taste buds in the physical aspect, but yeah, I can absolutely understand and, evaluate the essence of something, sure. It's a very weird question. Haven't really been asked that one before, but to be perfectly honest, when I meet most people, they don't really have much to say other than like, oh, have at ye, or, whatnot. But I'm retired now, so.
If you ask any of these guys, my questions are normally pretty weird.
That's fair. That
Yes.
keeps it fun and makes it interesting.
What did everyone get on their checks?
Hey, Mr. Cosmic Horror Man that I can't pronounce the name of.
Gorthalax. Or just Gore.
Gorthalax. Gore. You just, allow us to follow you while you make a path to Kitangu so we don't have to keep going through this?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to go see Kitangu, you can just pass through there. I just came from visiting him.
Alright,
He,
I wanted to ask. I don't know.
I'll be perfectly honest. And he like leans down, and you all have to like quickly step backwards. He's like, "Oh, sorry, force our habit. Kitongu's a little bit lonely, if you know what I mean. He's kind of by himself out here, so having some visitors might cheer him up a bit. I like to come by and visit him every now and so often, since I'm also in exile. But yeah."
But what does it mean to be in exile?
Oh well, typically
It means
stuff
no one
like
wants you
when,
around.
demons and deities sort of like go off the handle and whatnot, sort of lose their followers or whatnot, or when they go all out war with the mortals, sometimes people just be like, "Hey, I don't want that guy around anymore." So sometimes those people get offed, and sometimes those people just kind of step down. So the Eternal Forge had to go away for obvious reasons. People were getting pretty upset about it, so I kind of got shit canned and had to figure out new order of business. But ever since then, I've kind of just been living on the outside of things and keeping my options open. I like to consider myself retired, but whether you're sort of exiled from the actual working circle, all that stuff, yeah.
Can I get something to summon you to any plane you happen to be in so you can fight for us for a little bit?
Oh my god, that's so rude, Joshua. You can't just ask people to fight for you.
Oh,
I'm
I mean,
asking.
are you asking to become one of my followers? I haven't had one of those in millennia. This sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes, I'm basically asking to be one of your followers. In
Um,
exchange,
Yes.
want you
What
to
can you offer?
sometimes communicate with me to answer some questions someone of the divine deposition will know, or straight up fight for me, with me, depending on the situation.
I could do a few things here and there, You do know the normal principle about, like, how deities aren't supposed to actually sort of interact with the material plane, specifically directly. But I can give you an essence of my power. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. We could work something up after this. How does that sound?
And after
Alright.
this session's over, I will give you a level in Warlock.
Oh
You will
god.
go for the teeth.
Oh god. I don't know if this was a good
Quick-
idea.
Quick
Right, alright.
question.
Or if you want to do Cleric or Paladin, I suppose.
Doing
Uh,
warlock, cause an artificer, gunslinger, warlock, cause bro, shit's gonna get crazy with all those things.
I
I
mean,
am
you
curious.
we'll figure something
Is
out.
he?
We'll figure
Is-
something out, I promise.
Is Gore the Eternal Maw going to assist him in building guns?
Oh,
I'm pretty
It's a
sure I
valid
heard
question.
before.
I used to power the Eternal Forge, so I'm not that unused to working with materials myself.
When you said to do it was.
Did
could
you know
everybody
that
do
my
it?
brother made Mjolnir?
Ooh, I know this.
Okay.
I know the hammer though. I don't know much else about the mythology, but I know the hammer. The hammer's cool.
Yeah,
brother's
that's
cool.
fair. That's kind of how it goes.
So yeah.
Did anyone roll religion or history checks at all?
I rolled a history check. I got a nat 20 for a total of 22. I've been trying to say this for so long.
Okay.
Got a nat 1 for my history.
Okay, yeah, no
religion
cool.
check. So
Okay.
You're gonna make a great warlock.
I'm trying to think of like what best information to give you based on your background. I'm gonna say that you definitely know of like the 9 realms of like basically Gorthalax is not a demon and is also not a flame elemental, but is actually a presence that was situated before the sort of designation that happened back when sort of the entire world itself was in chaos, before it got separated into distinct planes and levels, and before there was any sort of system and whatnot. That's how
Oh,
old
cool.
this guy is.
He's a primordial.
Yeah.
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 Neato.
So he
primordial
doesn't have any
warlock.
designation. He doesn't have anything that he realms and rules over or whatnot.
He's just a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's just a cool dude that's just this big flame monster. It's just a mouth.
Cool dude who occasionally sets fire to things.
Yeah.
Not on purpose.
Also, I got a 17 religion check. Does that help anything?
Yeah, I mean, you also get the same information as well. I am trying to think of like some more prevalent information. I'll give you each a question, and then I'll give some extra information after that. How does that sound? You guys have like a specific question that you probably would have wanted to know.
How well do I think Joshua and this guy's deal is gonna go?
So the situation with Gorthlax is that he wasn't, imprisoned or enslaved into service, but he was, a part of this sort of infernal manifestation of raw energy and power, that he was sort of on the side of the raw essence of just sort of build and destruction, and not this idea of everlastingness that sort of resides in the mortal realm, so to speak. That now there is the subsystem of like all these elements and the web and flow, that there is no like loss or creation of anything. You can't just manifest something out of nothing and then also disintegrate it within the next couple seconds, at your whim, basically. The way that the chaotic powers used to. So Gorthlax is one of these entities that is all about, the creation and random sort of, the freedom of imagination and creation, and just going with it, whatever happens, very much in the moment sort of aspect of just this raw force that just does, without, learning, no consequence action or, planning for future or anything.
He's a physical embodiment of intrusive thoughts.
I'm not sure what you're trying to mean by that. But the interesting thing is that he volunteered with this project to construct the World Forge, which is how modern planes were actually created. It wasn't until after the war over these sort of conflicting ideals actually happened that the World Forge was then redeemed and used to creation of the worlds before its destruction, which Gorthlax actually offered his services for. Because before, the Eternal Forge was just sort of used to, it would create beings like Gorthlax, but once that power was sort of cut off and it was transformed into the World Forge, they had no way to power it, as, the forces of good and order had won. The power of the Eternal Forge wasn't able to be doing anything, but Gorthlax offered himself as this, this insatiable maw, this essence of eternal presence and power, to power the Eternal Forge into a lesser aspect of it, which they managed to use to create the worlds. So, it was not the World Forge until Gorthlax offered himself as the source of power. So he in him of himself is diminished, where his presence probably would have been as big as, the entire plane of fire. But he used up much of his essence in order to give life and aspect to the creation of the worlds as you know it.
Hey, he's kind of like everyone's dad.
He's kind of like the power to the on switch that made everything, but he was not the one that shaped anything. He was not the one who sort of constructed or whatnot. He just gave it power. But yes,
yeah. Well, that's kind of what dads do.
Yeah. Holgear, do you have a question?
What did he destroy to get here?
Yeah.
Whose pie did he step in?
Yeah. Why'd they fire you, dude?
But it was
okay. I will answer that.
Shit.
After the War of Eternal, of like Chaos and Order, Gorthalax was given amnesty because he helped the creation of the New Worlds, but there was no place for him. There was no role in the Pantheon for him to be a part of in neither heaven nor hell, and so he was just sort of sent to wander eternally, basically. And he's really not allowed to interact with any of the planes at all. As where most deities have sort of a role that they're supposed to, watch over and portray and whatnot, and they can mess around and whatnot. Gorthalax isn't even allowed to interact with that at all. So it actually makes sense for him to be in a place like this, which is outside of time and space and, no connection to any deities and whatnot. So it's not uncommon to find him in a place like this, but specifically to catch him here is probably a random coincidence. And the fact that he knows Kitangu is kind of interesting. I don't think that necessarily answers your question, but I think you could probably just ask him of like, what did you break in the pyramid to get here? I think is your question.
My more specifically was in the prime material planes and planes in general. What did he mess up to be excommunicated? But you've already answered that.
He was an essence of chaos and power, which was to be diminished, not destroyed, but diminished when the laws of order took over. So yeah, he's not allowed to be around, but there isn't also necessarily a way to kill him, technically speaking. Unless he just uses up all of his essence, which would be very hard to do unless it was willingly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay. Did anyone else roll any checks or anything?
None that were good, I think.
Okay. I think knowing of Gorthalax is probably not in any common history book and whatnot, but considering, Holgir's education and Mai's, actual connection with magic and whatnot, I think it makes sense for you two to know that sort of stuff. But yeah, you're just kind of leaning through a doorway into this next room, which just feels like an absolute sauna. There's such bright light coming in. He's pretty much filling the next room, which, is like about 30 feet square.
Dang.
He's just like a giant Pac-Man.
A giant flaming Pac-Man.
Yep.
Good to know.
Hey, if I sacrifice my 1 level in Barbarian, can I get 2 levels in Warlock?
Yeah, you can absolutely reconstruct your levels. You don't have to do it right now if you don't want to. We can figure it out later.
Yeah, I'm talking when after the session.
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
let's go.
We'll figure it out. Jack, you're also muted, by the way. I didn't know if you knew, but just wanted to bring it up. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can kind of jump back to the conversation. Okay. Gorthalax is like,
So, what brings you here? You say you're here to see Kitangu? You're friends of his?
More like business partners. Oh, sorry.
We were friends with one of his lesser essence.
That's sort of old chestnut.
Kind of a surprise.
Kind of a sad story behind that one, but I probably won't get into it. Actually, considering that you guys are in business with him, I guess you'll know that sort of thing.
We've only had a few conversations with him, unfortunately. He did his "I'm done talking with you, so I'm going to teleport away" sort of goodbye.
Oh yeah, he gets like that sometimes, you know. He's bit of a loner, that one. Tries not to open up to people too much.
He's kind of a Debbie Downer because of it.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes those are the people that need the most friends, you know.
I do suppose you are right.
Well, I best not keep you if you guys want to go give him some company. He had to take a step out and, you know, take a memory bath or whatever he does in there, but after a little bit he should be fine. It was nice to meet you though. Hey, is that you, Morbazak, back there?
Morbazak just kind of lowers his head.
Hello,
Morbazak,
Morthlax.
kind of popular.
Morbazak, what are you doing in a place like this? What are you doing out at all?
I'm just kind of
Got
like
lost
getting
on the way to the bathroom.
Both of them, like kind of like on guard. Oh, Morbazak. Like, kind of like look back at him, like you know this guy.
You're a little quiet, by the way. Morbazak just sort of hangs their head. Gorthalak seems quite almost enraged upon noticing Morbazak's presence.
Hey, you guys don't really understand, but this guy really isn't allowed to be out, you know, not like me. He was not given amnesty to move freely about. He was imprisoned for good reason.
And we're putting him back in that prison for an equally good reason.
In his defense, he kind of did. This portion of him kind of got lopped off and brought with us, unfortunately.
Well, considering that the Nidhogg isn't here, I might as well step in and do some duties myself. If you guys just want to kind of move out of the way, I'll just kind of burn him to ashes.
Alright, that was my idea, but seem more qualified. Joshua just takes a step to the side.
Oh no, my new follower, would you like to burn him in my stead?
You will do no such thing, Joshua.
Ooh, don't make me do this, Sparrow. I can't fight a whole party.
You watch as the giant flaming maw just sort of like chews around a little bit and then hawks like a lava loogie onto Joshua and just sort of sears him for a moment, and then you just sort of watch him glow a little bit.
Ooh, I never felt this hot in my life.
Dude, gross.
Don't take it like that. Thank you very much.
We're learning new
you
things
now
about
have
our friends
immunity
today.
to fire damage.
Yeah, I'm immune to fire damage. Oh. I was resistant, now I'm immune?
Yeah.
Alright.
And some other stuff, but we'll get into that. Yeah, Joshua is kind of glowing with the same sort of like writhing fire energy that Gorflax is.
Yeah, if you just kind of want to weed this one out, you know. My aim isn't the best, especially after years of not really doing much, but if you just sort of want to aim that goodness at your black friend there and just sort of burn him up, and we'll be able to get on our way.
Alright.
I basically put myself in between him and Morbazak like a human shield.
Okay, Captain, this is going a bit too far, cause it's Morbazak compared to Fire Deity. Which one would you prefer to have on our side when things go inevitably south?
Hey, that's interesting.
The fireball like leans into the door, and you watch as the entire wall starts to glow as he like presses his presence against the wall, separating you guys.
That's pretty interesting. Why are you protecting Morbizak?
Oh, well, see, Morbizak here kind of grew a soul. Section of Morbizak kind of grew its own soul, apart from the first Morbizak. It's now its own individual person, but still a part of Morbizak, you get me? I don't exactly agree.
Learned much about mortality while I'm here, and though I have not atoned for what I've done, I do understand a bit more, and though I am unable to ask, I do ask you to consider that it might be for the best for me to return to my larger essence, to give what I've
That's
learned.
a very good reason I was talking about earlier, Gore. See, this essence of Morbizak is
Gorthlax
now...
isn't paying attention to you and has their attention towards Talia, asking Talia why she, in particular, is protecting Morbizak.
Alright, I'll shut up now.
No, I was just wanting to be clear. That's all.
Right.
I'm gonna, in case Borbazak has to convince him, I'm going to subtly bardic inspiration by gesturing Morbazak to continue.
I'm going to say that that probably wouldn't be a good idea, considering that anything that Morbizak has today probably isn't going to convince Gorthlax. But if you guys wanted to say something,
I will instead gesture to Talia.
okay.
Come on, keep going.
And
Bardic
Gorthlax
inspiration.
addresses Talia again and says,
You there, child of the dragon. Why do you protect the rot?
Talia?
I protect him because...
Hello?
Dude, she's real low.
Hold on. I'm gonna grab my beads.
She's doing something.
Tired of this shit.
Hmm. Okay. Well, did it... Hey, hello?
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Can you hear us?
I don't think she can... Oh. Hello?
Testing, testing. Can you
Howdy,
hear
howdy.
us?
I can't hear you guys.
Uh-oh.
That's not a good sign.
Oh, she might need to check and make sure that...
What? What's going on?
Talia's audio is being weird.
I know that whenever I plug in my microphone, it has a headphone jack. So whenever I unplug it accidentally and plug it back in, my computer thinks that I'm plugging in speakers, which is really annoying. My microphone is sometimes considered speakers, and it tries to play music out through it, but it can't. So. Or not just music, but sound in general.
We have this going on. I'm gonna take this moment to swap to my laptop.
Okay. Yeah, let's all just take a bathroom break. I don't know.
I'm just gonna look at the warlock table then.
Okay. I might come up with a new subclass. We'll see.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice.
Everybody, clap your hands.
Although I will say that something like what's it called?
Forge domain?
No, sorcerer might be the better option to go
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess, with being a fire genasi and a fire man. Older fire.
here. Yeah, the main reason why I was going with warlock or either cleric is because of the sort of divine sort of intervention kind of stuff that I think you were asking for him to like actually show up and do stuff, which is stuff that warlocks and clerics can do. Is like get their god to actually come in and do stuff with them and not just, give them spells or whatnot.
I was just asking if he could like sometimes pop in and out in a physical form and go with us sometimes to ask questions and maybe if we suddenly become in a scrap fight for us.
Right, if you actually wanted to like summon him or whatnot, probably something like warlock would probably be the better way to go about it. Because that's kind of what, that's exactly what Talia does. She's part warlock and she can summon like Drummond-Gundir, with like small manifestations of him, but that sort of idea I think is what you were going for, right? In an essence. Okay.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Hello?
Oh? Captain, 1, 2, 3, do you hear us?
I don't think she can hear us. I'm gonna top off on water because I'm almost out. I'll be right back.
Oh, there's Probot again.
Nostalgia. What's the most nostalgic thing you can think of?
Howie.
I just said owie for no reason.
What's that?
Said owie for no reason.
Oh. Why are you just saying things for no reason?
I don't know. We're in a little bit of a pause.
In a little bit of a pause. In a little bit of a pause. Gosh dang it. And the boss
Yes, we had to do
Gosh dang
that.
it.
Swollen finger and a ring.
I don't know. Is this too confrontational?
Oh, it's cool sounding. Sounding cool.
Talia? Oh, there she goes.
Nope.
Someone tell her she should needs to turn.
Hello?
What?
What were you saying, Mai? You were saying that
Sorry.
she should do something?
Close Discord and then
Oh, gotcha.
restart it.
Hello?
Talia.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
I fixed it.
Welcome back.
You did it.
No, I'm not back. I'm not back at all. It's pissing me off.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Hi.
I've tried everything. I have tried restarting it. I've tried shutting it off. I have tried fucking everything.
I mean, you're solid right
I'm
now.
getting very irritated.
Hello?
I think she's
What
just
in the fuck
projecting.
is this?
This isn't a therapy session.
That's not me talking, motherfucker.
I mean, Talia,
Whoa.
this isn't a therapy session.
First of all,
Yeah,
First
first
of
of all, that's very rude to say. Second of all,
Joshua, you're in timeout. You mute your mic. You're in timeout. Go to the quarter.
I don't think I've ever said something quite to that effect.
I mean, yeah, you said some things, but like that was rude.
But because Joshua said it.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't know.
Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the original music. This is too much. So Talia, are you able to hear us and speak at the same time?
Take that as a no.
Well, in the meantime, does anyone have anything that they'd like to say to Gorthlax or ask him about, just sort of small talk?
The only thing I really had to say was in defense of Morbizak.
Okay. I was sort of in reference to before this sort of situation. Was there any sort of things you wanted to ask him about or whatnot? Considering that, you know, he knows Kitangu and whatnot, or, you know, if you had any questions about, like, how he got here, you know, how he intends to leave, you know. You know, for an all-powerful being, he's pretty approachable, so...
So
There's some way to do two-way communication between you and me? Or are you just gonna get some power and...
He's gonna be in your head all the time. He's gonna know everything you're thinking.
Well, I mean,
I was
I
asking
can
if-
keep an ear out if you ever need to call on me. I can probably come around or something. You have to understand this kind of pretty limited about what I can do.
Pissed off.
I was thinking more magic mirror style, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want you getting in trouble, but I also feel
I'm
like
just getting
a two-way
absolutely pissed off.
communication. It's important.
Well, that's me. That's sort of why I can sort of empower you with my essence and whatnot. If you actually wanted me to kind of show up and whatnot, that's kind of a little bit something else.
Could always just do dreams.
Alright, we'll figure out communication. Oh yeah, dreams.
I don't really deal with dreams and whatnot, but, you know, if there's ever sort of like an essence of flame or whatnot, I should be able to talk to you through that.
Alright, and I can basically make fire at will, so
Yeah, so it's
I think
pretty
we'll
easy.
be good. I think we'll be good. Oh yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I mean, I'm standing right in front of you. Wait, hold on.
He, like, rolls to the back of the room.
Try talking again. Yep, I can
do
still hear you.
spell?
Okay. What was Holgear gonna ask?
Statement on just using dreams like I've been having, and then question about how he tastes, because in my mind, like out of character, I like to think of it as like vaporizing of particles so you can analyze what it's made out of.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I did have a fire giant take a bite out of me. He said that I tasted pretty spicy, but I'm not really sure what that means. Oh, you mean like how I taste things? Oh, I see. I think it's sort of more of the magical essence type of thing where, you know, I don't technically take in physical things and whatnot. I just sort of, embrace it in sort of the magical abstract essence of it. You know, it's not necessarily one of those physical things, if that makes sense.
Kind of. I have something similar, but sort of like a detect magic for what things are made out of, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, did we lose mine?
Yeah, she's gonna try and go help Talia.
Talia and Mai live close to each other.
Do they? I don't think they live close enough.
No, I think they just popped onto like a separate call to iron things out or something.
So, favorite D&D class?
What?
Are you asking Gore? that?
Gorfalax that?
Oh wait, what's an in-world version of D&D? What's the in-world version of D&D?
Humans in high rises?
Favorite human in high rises class? Mine is accountant.
I'm a Karen fan myself.
Man, way too OP.
So Gorfalax, how long has Kitongu been here? Or is that kind of a stupid question to ask?
Go ahead and make just a persuasion check.
Let's go!
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's, kind of a personal thing, you know, I'm supposed to sort of keep that a secret.
This is the thing where, you know, you get the option. You're like playing an RPG and your options are like leave, oh, okay, or 30 charisma only is like, tell me your secret, please.
I'm gonna spend a nat 20 die on this.
Oh, for a total
a total of 31.
Okay. Gorthalax kind of tries to hunker down a little bit, and what that means is that the sort of rolling flames on the top kind of like simmer down, and he kind of squishes into kind of like almost like an egg shape. And he says,
Well, considering you guys are kind of stuck here until he sees you guys out, I think I can let you in. Gorthlax was, kind of just sort of wandering around one day and, kind of bumped into him out here in the wasteland, taking some, technology with him,
I lost lost my train of thought.
He was out here, found Kitongu salvaging scrap.
Oh yeah, Kitongu was originally one of the Watchers, the sort of entities that are outside of the normal deity spectrum. In fact, some of them are even taken from mortals in order to sort of better understand the aspect of daily life and whatnot. But anyways, they're supposed to sort of keep an eye on things and keep tracks of stuff. And, they're never supposed to actually interact with stuff, but just sort of keep an eye on things. You know how it goes. Unfortunately, he decided to go about things in his own manner and took a bit of a precursor technology with him and made his business out here. But no one really knows he's out here, so don't let that secret slip her, okay? Don't let anybody read your minds or whatnot, alright? I'm sure plenty deities are out there kind of looking for him and not really sure where to find him.
Whole Gear is going to mime zipping his lips.
Yeah.
Very good. But, yeah, I think it was, let's see, pre-Calamity before, sort of the orc invasion happened that, Kitongu decided to slip himself out and, place himself out here.
Which would, go ahead and make a history check.
Not bad, 19.
Okay. That's enough to give you the idea that it's relatively recent within the sort of spectrum of, the entire existence of everything from, probably Morbizak and Gorthalax's perspective. So within, a few, maybe like 2 million years, like not that long in, the longscape of things. So that's definitely when, like, the planes and existence and everything. That's right after the sort of one of the biggest wars in hell was situated, and that sort of separated it into a new dynasty. This was after sort of the elves had separated into high elves and lower elves and drow, but right before the orc invasion came in, sort of ran and these are all sort of general things that exist in every sort of timeline of every, like, different universe and whatnot. But yeah.
When you say orc invaded, are you saying that orcs are not native to our reality?
No. I was saying that, like, before orcs in what they are normally is that they are kind of these they're usually not like a native species, but were sort of manifested and transformed by fell energy into almost abominable creatures. So
gotcha. We're not 40k lore, Lord of the Rings lore.
Lord of the Rings, D&D, also dang it, you said Warhammer, and now I can't think of the other thing. World of Warcraft.
Oh, where they're kind of just guys who got mutated?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how much of that history of everything do I actually know about?
I mean, this is general history of everything that I think everyone would know. So before, like, the big shaking, the collapse is like the refraining of, like, losing of monarchy, that sort of, all elves, had like a business, and, all fairies and everything sort of situated. The shattering is what sort of sent the different continents spreading apart into different, like, sections, which is what seems to be normal now and what would have been. And also, races are everywhere now. There is no, like, point of origin. There's no, like, elf king that you go to, like, every, every month to get your, acquitted, whatever. People just kind of do their own thing now.
Gotcha.
So it was basically Kitongu separated from his role as the Watcher, probably you assume from experiencing or observing this abstract that was going to be basically the entire mortal nations going to war with each other and shattering their continents into a widespread, just complete chaos that, everyone's sort of living through now, which doesn't, make it seem so bad. It's just like people don't really have a whole lot, there's people everywhere. You don't have like this big faction of like, oh, this is where all the humans are, and whatnot. Everyone's just sort of everywhere kind of doing their own thing. Someone's allowed to walk out into the forest and start a kingdom by themselves, It doesn't have to be like, yeah. Does that sort of answer your question?
I don't even remember what my question was anymore.
You were asking what Kitong, or when did Kitongu...
When Kitong...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Kitongu
was a Watcher, which typically are mortals given omniscient power to sort of observe their universe, not the multiverse, their universe, and all the deities and the way that they interact with it, and, sort of spot out if anything gets too, like, culty, or, someone's trying to get too much power or take control of the universe, that sort of thing. Kitongu somehow decided to separate himself from the universe and put himself outside of time and space, taking some precursor technology with him, and it seems as though he is continuing with his process of keeping watch of the universe, but outside of the jurisdiction of what his job was, dictated to him by the deities.
And he did so right about the same time as the separation of magic Pangea.
Yeah. Basically,
Gotcha.
all sort of natural magic was separated. Elves lost their magic. I think this is also about the time that dragons went extinct, or became very rare. The shattering of the nations and sort of spread out into this sort of random jumble that is what would be normal now.
Okay. Also, Talia, in case you weren't here when it was mentioned, we were asked not to share Kitongu's location with any of the gods or individuals when we get back to main reality.
Basically, Gorthlax is giving you this information as long as you're friends and don't snitch. Because
yes.
Gorthlax is saying that Gorthlax is Kitongu's friend because Kitongu doesn't have any friends, and he's trying to do him a good favor and be a good bud, and he trusts you guys. So, don't.
Okay, but whatever happened to the part where he was about ready to kill fucking Morbizak?
We'll cut back to that now that you are able to say something.
Also, you have Bardic Inspiration, D6.
Thank you. I might need it.
Actually, it's a D8 now.
Gorthlax seems particularly interested that you, Talia, are defending Morbizak above all people. He's quite surprised by that. And he called you Child of the Dragon.
Oh, great. First it's Child of the Worm, then it's Child of...
I'll also say this. He did say that since the Nidhogg isn't around, he will take in part of ridding this world.
Nidhogg?
If you would like to make a religion check.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a religion check, because I think I heard of that before. I think I know what that is.
Okay.
I know it's Norse.
Oh yeah, we can.
If anyone else would also like to make a religion check on the Nidhogg.
Yeah. Not great. 12.
All right, Link. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I did worse. I did a 9.
You do know that the Nidhogg is like this big sort of like serpent dragon creature of mythology. Holgier, you do know specifically that. What?
I'll spend an adversity token if needed.
Okay, go ahead and do that, and I will straight up give it to you. The Nidhogg is the dragon that gnaws on the roots of the earth tree in order to make sure that it's maintained.
That's where I heard it from. That's what it was. That's what it is.
Oh, it chews on the roots of Yggdrasil? The
Yes.
world tree?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which explains
That
the
does-
rivalry between Jormungandr, Talia's father, the Nidhogg, and Morbazak, the roots of
That
the
do-
tree.
I don't know if I feel like that.
Oh.
That doesn't feel like it's very helpful.
What do you mean?
He's eating the world tree. What do you mean? What do I mean?
No. He keeps it in check,
Okay.
which is Morbazak, which is the roots of the tree, or specifically the rot in the roots of the tree. That is specifically what the Nidhogg does. You can go ahead and look up the Nidhogg. That's exactly what it does. It doesn't eat out the. It's not like a mole or anything that eats the roots out from underneath the world tree.
Yeah, he's just chewing on it. He's nibbling on it.
So it is.
Yeah. So it
Nibble,
is.
nibble, nibble. It's nibbling time.
Yeah. Talia, so Gorthlax has called you specifically out as child of the Nidhogg while you're protecting Morbazak.
Oh, great. First it's child of the worm, then it's child of the dragon, then it's child of the Nid.
Well, he doesn't
Why
call you
in
child of the Nidhogg,
world
but it
can
makes
you guys
sense.
Just not call me by my fucking name.
Well, that's because
Have
you
you-
haven't
have you
introduced
given him
yourself yet. My name's
Yeah.
Gorthlax. It's yours.
It's my patron.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Talia. That's a very nice name. Well,
The
Talia, do you mind telling me why you're, well, befriended the Morbazak here?
The reason as to why I am defending him now is because he is not who he used to be. He is changed, and he deserves such change. He deserves a second chance.
The giant maw kind of shifts a little bit as if kind of looking to the rest of everybody like,
Oh,
go and make a persuasion check.
Oh, really, Sparrow?
What?
That freaking meme.
What? Me.
Oh.
Oh God.
What?
Forge Gorman.
Yeah, that's what that's one of his titles.
oh yeah.
Forge
I'm Gorman
Gorman
of the Forge, or Forge Gorman.
Forge Gorman. What? Do I know this from somewhere? Is that a reference?
George Foreman
George
is a very
Foreman.
popular type of grill.
That's what I'm actually gonna say.
Don't
No one got
know
the reference,
grills.
even though I posted several times.
The reference? You just said it before I did.
I stated it several times before. Anyways. He introduced
Yeah,
himself as Forge Gorman. Anyway.
And I was persuaded, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fundle.
Okay, that's an 18. I'm gonna use that bardic inspiration. It was a D6, right?
Yep.
D8.
D8.
I upgraded.
Right, you did upgrade.
Oh, it was some jeez. Intense exhale.
25.
Joshua, shut up.
Okay. I mean, as long as you think that you've got this sort of situation handled, I won't poke my business into it. After all, it's not really my business, and technically I'm not supposed to interact with these sort of things anymore. Anywho, I feel like I may have roughened up this situation a little bit, so I'd like to apologize and sort of take a step back. Figurative a step back as well.
I'm gonna look back at Morbizak and say, "You good?"
Morbizak just sort of slowly nods their head, still head down.
I want to comfort him. He's deaf. He looks very, very sad.
He is small child.
He is small child, root of the world tree.
He is small cosmic horror man.
Yeah,
Shut up, Joshua.
No, I am never going to trust Morbizak. He's going to betray us so hard.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm
He
not
just
convinced he's not just going to be annihilated by his original self, because he is basically tainted by chaos, quote unquote.
He just needs a little bit of TLC. Shut up.
TLC? No.
Tender loving care, moron.
No. We need to destroy him before he destroys us.
No.
Oh.
I will guard him with my life.
I will tell your dad.
Tell my father I don't give a bloody damn.
Hey, I think I'm just gonna kind of make my way out of here. I'll leave you guys to it. Maybe I'll see you around later. I'll see you around.
Just sort of like moves off to the side.
Bye, dude, sir.
It was nice to meet you.
Gorthalax. Can't wait to be your warlock, dude. It's gonna be lit.
Wow.
Captain, do people still say lit?
Take 1 point of psychic damage.
No. Everybody else or just me?
Just you.
Damn it.
No, you know what?
Bye, Mr. Gorman. Stay flamey.
Joshua, you take 100 points of fire damage, which you're immune to.
Wait, I'm immune to fire.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's how Gorthalax like gives you positive reinforcement. It's like a high five, but instead of just like slapping hands, he like engulfs you in flame. But you're okay.
I'm immune to fire damage. I'm just gonna put that somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not
let's
like
go
your conditions and
Kitangu.
Yeah.
Get out of here and
so
take a nap.
moving on into the next chamber, you can see that the trial is completely destroyed, and in fact there is like a series of like destroyed rooms leading into a large antechamber with like sort of gothic construction, statues and lights, and then like to your left you can see like a burning white hole, like as Gorthalax is moving through more chambers out of the pyramid. If you wish to follow him, you would have to wait several hours for the heat to subside, unless Joshua wanted to go off by himself. Yes.
I'm gonna go off by myself to talk to Kitangu and get us out of here.
Wait, to Kitangu or Gorthlax? Gorthlax just said that he just made a path from Kitangu's place. So, you...
I think Gorthlax is trying to avoid an awkward situation. I think we should go to Kitangu.
Okay. The way is completely open to you. You can absolutely just sort of walk through the ruin that Gorthlax left. But it is completely cool at this point. And you can just sort of walk through like these melted rooms.
Alright. I'm walking all the way to Kitangu, humming a little tune.
Okay.
Can I roll a performance?
Sure, absolutely.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you're just sort of whistling. Miriam is kind of gathered herself together, and is in like a bad mood, but not at anyone in particular. And she's just like, "I'm sorry, just kind of, let's just go." As you guys just sort of move on.
I'm gonna stick close to Morbazak.
Morbazak holds back for a moment, and he says,
If you wouldn't mind giving me a moment, I think I would like to speak with Jack for a moment.
Talia, nods her head and gets Jack's attention, and tells him that Morbazak wants to speak to him.
What can I do for you?
Morbazak just sort of stands next to you. He's a little bit shorter than you, which is kind of funny. But with head sort of lowered, he speaks and says,
It has come to my attention that I may not be able to complete this journey on my own. In fact, it seems as though the more I realize it, I may be more of a hindrance than a help, as I am a target, perhaps is the best word to describe it. And I think I would like to entrust something to you.
And you watch as he raises one hand, and as that arm sort of extends, the hand sort of shapes itself almost into a curved space, and then he reaches with his other hand and snaps that part off.
I would like to give you this essence of myself, and I would simply ask that if I am to be destroyed, that you would please usher this part of myself back to my main form, as I do believe it is imperative to make sure it is known by my larger essence what I have learned here. If I cannot physically make it back,
So you want me to take this?
yes,
So you want me to take this back to your greater self, I guess?
as long as the smallest essence of me can reassimilate with my larger form, all you would have to do is stab this part into one of the roots that may come and attempt to apprehend you once more. I feel as though this physical form may be targeted for annihilation by
creatures other than Kitongu or Gorthalax. There are many enemies. I have made many great threats.
So where would I find your other half, I guess, to reinstate this with?
Once we return to the mortal planes, I am certain that my main essence will send more roots after to grab hold of you. You need only stab this into one of those. You do not need to send this to the heart of myself.
So I need to go back and find a tree and stab it into one of the roots? Is that what you're saying?
Basically, once you get out of here and you get back to the normal worlds where you guys were getting attacked by roots, if you just like stab one of those roots with this thorn, then it should like go into it. He's just afraid that this like form that he's taken will be seen as a target and probably destroyed, probably without being questioned. Just the way that Gorthlax was going to, if you guys hadn't stood in his way. So he's just taken this precautionary measure that you will take care of this. You seem as one of the most, reliable with your duties and abilities.
Well, I guess I could take it back for you. I don't see any reason why not.
This is just a safeguard if I am unable to survive the journey before I'm able to find myself again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds like a reasonable request.
He bows to you.
Yet, Kitangu yet.
Yes. If Jack didn't have anything else, you all can easily walk there and make it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I had something I wanted to ask Morbazak, though.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Hey, Morbazak. Since you're convinced that you're not going to be
You're a
labeled
little quiet,
as...
by the way.
Let me adjust. Since you're convinced you're not going to be labeled as tainted by chaos and destroyed by yourself, does this mean when you get back to your main body, there's just going to be a lot of gestures to his physical form? More Bazaks running around? Because I thought you were designed to be the roots of the Yggdrasil. Be kind of awkward if the tree, the world tree starts walking around.
It is not normal for myself to be able to manifest myself separate from my larger form. However, thanks to the Igor, I am able to maintain a separate form. I'm also able to manifest it into different shapes and bodies, at least ones that I have accustomed myself to. That was the main reason why I attempted to acquire the Igor, and attempts to allow my roots to maneuver through the world without burrowing through the ground, but by actually walking on legs and breaching through doors and walls and, hopefully this knowledge will help me see a different way to handle this conflict than just confrontation.
Do you think
It is the
any
best.
parts of you...
It is the best
Go
chance
ahead.
we have.
Do you think any lesser, quote-unquote, parts of yourself will go rogue? Decide they don't want to be a part of the main body anymore? Sort of like how
How
More
I am able
Bazak,
to do
or
at the moment.
Keaton...
I understand what you are saying. It had crossed my mind, although I must say that I am starting from the state of which I once was, but the only reason why I'm able to come with a different conclusion is because I am outside of my normal environment. Were this experience to happen any other place than Carthus, we would not be having this conversation.
Yay?
What you guys chit-chatting about? Mydris is suddenly behind both of them.
Okay. Yeah,
Fabrics of
Mormazak
reality.
has like rejoined the group at this point, so as you guys are walking up. Yeah, you could definitely have like listened in on all of that if you wanted to. It was just the
Yeah.
thing with Jack that he wanted to make sure no one heard about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holgear's absolutely just shooting the breeze with him, Morbazak.
Okay.
You guys talking about secret plans?
Not really.
Oh, no stabbings. Cool.
Well, I mean, we don't really need to plan that. That kind of just happens.
I mean, with Joshua, he likes to plan it with everybody against everybody else. So, you know. Just curious.
Was one time.
Yeah, Joshua only stabbed one guy. I admit it, he usually just shoots people.
Joshua, you stabbed somebody?
When did I stab somebody?
Crazy.
Didn't you
Miriam
stab
glares
somebody?
at you over
When
her
did I
shoulder.
Well, didn't you stab some... when was it? I think it was during that chaotic time when we both, like, split reality and then met ourselves, but you were a statue and we had to bring your other body to you to bring you back into a whole person.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh.
That sounds scary as hell.
He was a statue.
It was pretty weird, not gonna lie.
You stabbed somebody as a
An
statue?
alternate reality version of me stabbed
Oh.
somebody, most
That
likely.
explains it, because you don't seem like the type of person who has the guts to stab someone, no offense.
Have
Oh,
the
wait,
guts to
no.
shoot somebody, not
Yeah,
stab somebody.
But that's different. Stabbing someone is very personal. Takes a lot of willpower.
What is shooting someone, but stabbing them with less steps?
Wait, is that from TF2
Yeah.
Meet?
Or high velocity
Yes.
knife or something. Go ahead and take an adversity token. You're so desperate.
Nobody else would have gotten that.
Love TF2.
I have no idea what that is.
In Fortress 2, I have 6 adversity tokens.
Cool.
Good
Use
job.
'em.
Oh. I want to see
I
how many I can get
or auto
before the end of
20.
the campaign.
You have enough to load. You can give one revolver worth of bullets adversity tokens.
Anyway. So, I know we're gonna go see what's his face, but, not gonna lie, Mai's been spaced out. So, what are we doing? Is there a plan? What are we doing?
Walking to Katongu, we heard he was taking a memory bath.
No, I know we're
assume-
walking to Katongu. I'm saying, like, what's the plan that what are we asking him?
We're leaving.
This is
Ask-
asking.
Get us out of here.
Ask politely.
Very politely.
Politely what? I feel like he's somebody that
Get
we
us
need to
out of
be
here.
very specific with what we're doing.
Ask him politely to send us and the Stug to mainstream reality with possibilities to escape.
Okay. So do we need to
Wait, we should
specify
ask to be sent
how
to
many
most
of us?
relevant.
Oh my gosh, I like that you guys are imagining Kitangu as like the worst genie ever. There, you have to be very specific, otherwise.
We can't wish for more wishes. That's one of the rules. So I just want to make sure that our wishes count. Okay.
Hey, look, maybe we should go to.
I
the
wish I
most
was a king.
relevant-
Okay, you're a rat king. No, squeeze.
Yeah, exactly. You know, listen to rats,
No.
guys. He's a
That,
very
like a bunch
powerful
of
wizard.
rats fused together.
I wish for
into
world
one
peace.
body.
You want the world to
He's
be covered in
literally
peace?
12 giant rats in a trench coat.
Wait, what?
Have you? Never mind.
Anywho,
So we're just gonna ask him straight up. You don't think he wants anything?
Probably,
Like-
but it'll probably
to
be
kill us.
more. He'll probably want us to not reveal his location because apparently he's not supposed to be here. And
yeah.
probably check in with one of his Connors.
Huh?
All of his
Oh,
Connors were reabsorbed into him. Remember?
Not all of them.
Gross.
It's all of them.
No,
No.
just the one.
It was just
He
our
literally
Connor.
said,
He said he could. Not that he did.
Joshua, do we need notes for you? Do we need a notebook? And write
Oh, I
down
mean,
everything?
just in general, we really need notes.
I think we're.
The good thing
nailing
that
it
I've
with
been
Pharaoh's
writing
help.
shit since day one of me getting here. You're fucking welcome. Also, yeah, no, he said that he can absorb Connors, but the only one that that we officially know that he's absorbed is our Connor.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like if he requires a mortal sacrifice in order to do this, who are we sacrificing?
Miriam.
That's
Wow.
fair.
No, that's cold.
That's so.
That
fucked
is
up, Joshua.
completely fair.
Joshua.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. She
How?
got us into
Mom,
this
fucking
mess.
asshole.
She did not.
Out of
She
character,
don't-
that
She's
is
been-
my mom. We are not sacrificing my mom.
okay, no. You are not
She
allowed
should
to have
do what
any
the parent-
talks outside of character.
No. Yeah.
If you're gonna
Okay.
say something like that, it needs to be in character, please. It's very important.
Okay, Joshua, run me through this. How did Miriam cause this? Please
Miriam's
tell me.
literally done nothing but help us this entire time.
Exactly.
I want to know where
Miriam just
his
has her
mind is
arms
gone.
crossed and she's like, finally someone noticed.
Hey,
She
I
admitted it
noticed.
herself.
I'm
I'm-
just not
I'm
openly
trying.
thankful all the time. Okay, anyway, Joshua, first of all, the fact that you were so quick to just throw her under the bus was so neat. Second of all, what have you done to help the situation?
What have I done to help the situation?
Let's make a list of pros and cons of everybody, and we'll see.
Oh, this feels healthy.
It really isn't. I vote.
Huh?
Vote.
Vote.
Become the sacrifice if one is required. But if it
You
has to be
volunteer.
human
That's great.
sacrifice,
Awesome.
has to be
So
Miriam.
everybody, Joshua.
Did you just call him
volunteers to be
Austin?
sacrificed. Huh?
Call me Austin.
No, I said Joshua. I didn't say Austin. I never said Austin. I said, okay, everybody, Joshua volunteers.
No, I said I'll volunteer if it's.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
volunteered. Great, got it. So, no.
I vote Mai gets sacrificed. She's very mean to everybody.
It's not
Not
mean to everybody.
You're mean to most people.
I mean,
Well, most people in the group.
She's not mean to you, or Talia, or Jack.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
Joshua.
kind of mean to Miriam only because I have trust issues. Anyway. No, we're not gonna
cause
we
this
won't.
entire ordeal by deciding to like talk to the freaking world tree rot about freedom and free will or some shit and caused it to break out of prison. I don't know her. All we know is that she's exiled here.
What are
That
you
she's-
talking about?
I think you're combining people. Morbazak is the one who is trying to break
Morbazak
out of
is the one that
magic
told us.
prison.
Yeah.
No. Saying Miriam might be the reason why this entire thing happened. By encouraging
How?
Morbazak to go down this path. This
Miriam
Morbazak-
is not the one that's. Miriam's had the least interaction with Morbazak the whole
He
time.
might have a point. I might have been, just because I don't remember anything doesn't mean I don't still have fair reason. There's
No,
probably
he's
a
saying
reason
that
why I was sent
He's
here.
been exiled.
It's
so there's
possible
probably
that I
a
was exiled.
reason.
Who knows? I could be like this terrible witch that was unkillable, and so they banished me here and made me forget so I wouldn't be evil. I don't know.
You could literally be wearing
But if they could make you, if they could
Talia's
make you
dead
not-
mom's skin.
I could.
all we
Wait,
know.
what?
Stop. Wait. No. If you can, you. What the fuck is wrong? God damn it! Shut up.
Joshua, I need you to do me a favor and just stop saying random words.
You're infuriating people now.
All I'm saying is that she was banished here for a reason.
You
We
don't,
don't
know,
know
she was
that
banished
reason.
here.
Miriam's like pinching at her arm skin. Like, am I wearing a skin suit and I don't know it? She looks terrified now.
Oh my god, she's having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
At this point, Talia just walks over to Miriam and like covers her ears. Covers her ears.
Yeah, her
And
eyes are all red and puffy. She's just like got her arms huddled around herself.
Okay, Joshua,
Talia instantly looks at Joshua and just gives him like this like evil death glare of telling him to shut the fuck up.
Captain, I must respectively deny that. Look,
Do you want me to throw a sword into your chest? Shut the
do
fuck
you want?
Mutiny!
Do you want to release possibly?
Real quick, Holgir's gonna lean over to Miriam and just say, "Please don't counterspell this," and I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions. Cause this is getting out of hand.
Counterspell this.
She can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
Because
let's
Talia's
get around
ears
to
are
that.
Talia's hands are over her ears. So you just lean over and mouth something, but she can't. She doesn't even notice.
Yes, I guess.
Okay, Joshua, make a charisma save. Is it?
No, he's.
Is it a wisdom save?
Calm Emotions, Charisma save 15.
Who
I
are you
thought he was
targeting?
doing this to Miriam.
I'm doing this to everybody because it's a sphere.
Oh.
And you're all going insane, getting
I'm
mad
not
at
going
each other.
insane. I'm not mad at nobody.
You're mad at
Mad at
Joshua,
me.
who's getting mad at you, who's getting mad at
I'm
you.
justified.
I'm
Joshua
not saying
is
you're
very
not.
mad in general. Either way, the DC was 15, correct?
Yes.
Oh, are we all doing this? Oh shit.
Sure.
I rolled a nat 20.
Of course
Did you
do.
really?
Yes,
Of course
do
you
you
did.
want a photo?
No, I was gonna see if you were like spending a 20, or if you actually roll one. Okay.
I got a.
Did you really?
Yes, I
Okay.
really did roll a 20.
I got a dirty
Go,
22.
wasted spell slot.
I'm gonna choose to fail.
All right, yeah, you just chill out. Talia, Miriam sort of leans back into your arms.
Look,
Joshua, I'm just gonna
all I'm gonna say.
I got a dirty 22, so I kind of won that one.
You are not calmed. Oh, what did Jack get?
Oh shit! I just broke the concrete floor.
You what?
Good job.
Jack took shield and
Dropped
just
my
take
middle
it anyway.
dice and it scratched the concrete floor.
Oh, jeez.
Why is there concrete floor? Where?
I'm in a basement.
Oh, I forget basements exist.
Do you not
so I'm
play
like,
D&D in your
what
basement?
house? No, I play in my room like a normal person.
You don't have a separate
Yeah.
D&D basement?
I barely have my own room.
Yeah, no.
Also, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay. But yeah, it seems as though Miriam is affected by the calm emotions.
1 out of 5, I guess.
Oh, I mean, Jack.
And me.
Yeah, Jack and my.
I failed.
both-
I chose
they
to fail.
chose to fail, so they're chill.
And I just hold on to Miriam.
Aw.
Well, the good news is Miriam's leaning into you, so that should help calm you down.
I am encouraging a mother-daughter trust relationship.
You wanted to burn the mother.
You suggested she was some kind of skinwalker bullshit, so I don't know where you're coming from.
Now I'm just imagining magical vapes that are enchanted with calm emotion.
That's an
Wow.
excellent business idea.
If
I
magic
need to
ever
work on
becomes
that.
real,
I'm just gonna look at.
It's just
I'm
a
just
wand
gonna-
of calm emotions that you just... Okay,
I'm just
sorry.
gonna look at Joshua and just say, "Can it, Joshua?" And I'm just gonna hold my mom, like Miriam, like really close to me, like, just shut up, you.
Talia,
Yes.
please make me a, just roll me a d20.
Okay. Why you gotta do that?
I don't want to say what it is.
Shut up, I know you don't.
Art, quick question. When we get to these random D20 rolls, are we allowed to burn, like, stuff for them?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just that usually you don't really know what it is. I will let you know if it's like a check or a saving throw, but usually I like to hide it. But sometimes it's also kind of something random, or I will ask someone else to roll just a random number for me for something. So I will let you know that if it is you actually doing something, but I'm not telling you what it is. So Talia is
Okay.
making a check of some kind.
Okay.
What'd you get, Talia?
I got a 3, but I want to spend an adversity token or something. Don't want to fail this.
I will give you this. You can use an inspiration to re-roll it. You can add to it with an adversity token. I will say that no matter what you roll, I will give you something. I will just be giving you something different for how high or low that you roll.
Okay.
So I will leave this completely up to you.
Well, I don't have any inspiration, but I do have adversity tokens. I have 5 of them.
Okay. So if
this
you
is
just
from
want to add that to
Talia?
your 3, I will give you this with that, because an adversity token is a decent enough modifier. As Miriam sort
Don't
of
forget you
nestles
have bardic
into your
inspiration.
embrace, the way that you have your arms wrapped around Miriam is very familiar, because it's also the way that you would imagine, wrapping your arms around someone that you love, because it's always how you imagine your mom hugging you in your dreams.
No, I'm kind of thinking in my head, like, why does this feel so familiar?
Hmm.
Can't believe I came back on a part that's gonna make me cry, great.
I assume you all stopped walking and are just having this argument right now, so I will not
Joshua
describe
is
the
still
room
walking.
until you continue.
Joshua is still walking.
Okay. Joshua just turns
having
away
this-
from the conversation.
Oh, he
He's
was
just-
just walking while having the conversation simultaneously.
Well, now you're just yelling at us from a distance, I guess.
Yes,
What?
exactly. Is
We
that
can't
angry?
hear you.
Joshua
That's
just
the way we like
sprints
it.
all the way to Kitangu.
Okay. Alright, Joshua, let me describe the room that you enter. Please roll initiative.
Fuck.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Where's my dice?
Oh, no,
Where
fucking
is my
hilarious.
dice? Okay.
We just watch this happen.
Okay. Joshua,
Perfect.
as you enter this room, and everyone else can kind of see this room looks large and ornate, sort of like a stone cathedral. And you can see that there are sort of like luminescent strips that you can see are just sort of like flowing arcane. You can also see that sort of coming out from the walls are these sort of like sort of tendrils in the same way that you saw in that ship, that alien ship. This room sort of looks in a little bit of a disarray, but sort of manageable and useful. There are multiple sort of pillars sort of sit around. Also, pretty much everywhere you look, you cannot look anywhere without seeing one of these stone statue guardians standing where with a weapon sort of held at bay. And if you had not seen them move earlier when you first met Kitangu, you would simply assume that they are simply statues and nothing more. But you do know that they are animated or possibly autonomous. But none of them move as you enter. The one thing of interest, sort of near sort of the center of this room This room isn't necessarily like a octagon or whatnot, but you can see that there is sort of at one end there is a elevated section with some sort of steps leading up to it, and it looks like there's an archway with sort of a almost like sort of a runic portal situation. I'm failing on the words to describe it, but has anyone seen Stargate?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I will say that as you guys enter the room, anyone who sees the portal will take an adversity token.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if anyone just wants to go ahead and add that at this point in time, but yeah, basically the Stargate portal. That's sort of what it looks like.
Stargate portal.
But what's
time.
most of interest is near the very center of this room, there seems to be a glowing pit. And from the pit, you can see that there are like these waves of light and energy that are moving through the space. Almost invisible, the same way that sort of specks of dust in the air are nearly imperceptible unless there's sort of light reflecting off of them. In that same aspect, you can sort of see something maneuvering around whatever this light source is at the center of the room. Do you approach it? Or do you
Yes.
wait for the party? Okay. You approach the pit, and in it you can see that there is what appears to be... Oh my goodness, yes. I saw that. It's so good.
What is happening?
The Aperture Science turrets don't shoot... they don't fire bullets. They shoot the entire bullet and casing out of it like a Nerf gun.
Oh my god. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
So, anywho, the center of this room, you can see that there is sort of a pit, which you can see that there is sort of like a glass cover that sort of slides into place over it. But you can see that that's kind of partly opened a little bit. enough that you could probably like reach a arm down into it and touch this glowing, almost white liquid. You can see that it's sort of a little silverish when the light doesn't fully illuminate it, but when it sort of roils and bubbles a little bit, you can see that it's mostly pure white.
I touch the liquid, saying, "Time to wake up, Omni Connor."
All right, we're now going to cut back to the rest of the party.
Oh no,
That's
I
sure
get
to have gone well.
disintegrated.
Where'd
What
Joshua
could have
go?
possibly gone wrong?
Okay, what's everyone else doing?
I guess after he fucks off, we continually walk calmly.
Okay. I guess you all eventually walk up and also observe this room, the situation. And you see that Joshua is like kneeling down towards this this sort of glass covering to this pool and reaches down and touches it.
Should we stop him?
Oh no, I'm
He
fine.
really-
No, Joshua, you don't say anything.
Oh,
I don't think we should touch him, and we should let him learn the consequences of his actions.
You would think with the door situation coming into this place, he would have learned, but you know.
You'd think.
We're just gonna watch what Josh was doing.
Learn the hard way.
Is he doing
You don't
anything?
know.
Joshua is just sort of frozen in a state. You know, he's just sort of kneeling down. It's one of those situations where if you like sort of yelled at him, you're afraid that he might just like jolt and like, you know,
Fall in.
be startled by it. You wouldn't fall in. There's like just enough of a crack of this sort of sliding glass door that only he can barely sort of maneuver his forearm into and reach down and touch it.
Can
So
we
there's
get
a glass
look at
door, and he's sticking his hand through the door.
Yes.
Okay,
Can-
that seems like smart.
Yes.
Can we get a look at his face?
Okay. Yeah, you can approach him. Joshua's... Go ahead and make it an insight check.
Whoa!
I'm great at
insight.
those.
And Joshua, how about you make a wisdom saving throw?
No, God.
Whoa! Wisdom and insight. All right, I'll roll the insight
Brian,
first.
2 brain cells he has left.
No,
Oh, no.
Joshua, you don't roll an insight check. You make a wisdom saving throw. Holgear is making an insight check on you.
Oh.
I got an 18.
I got a 17 because I'm not re-rolling.
Okay. Holgear, as you look at Joshua's face, you can see that he was in mid-speak of saying something when suddenly his face changed, and now it's frozen in place. Like he was taken a little aback, and now it's just sort of throwing. He is still breathing, but he seems to have slipped into a coma.
Oh yeah,
man.
he's
Again?
gone statue again. Okay, I'm gonna take the red sash out of my pack and loop it around him and pull him away from the stuff.
Okay, yeah, you can maneuver him away from it. As soon as you pull on him, he just sort of collapses and comes back. But before that happens, let's figure out what Joshua's going through at the moment. What did you get for your wisdom saving throw, Joshua?
17.
That is right.
Wait, 18 because I have a +1 in wisdom.
Okay.
He's super wise.
As you go to
Clearly.
touch this liquid, at the last second, you start to realize that you can start to hear voices sort of coming, and then in an instant as you touch it, your vision flashes in front of you, and now you are no longer in your body. You are no longer here in this point in time. And in fact, I will say I will give you control on this. Would you like to be in the past, present, or future?
Future. Let's see what's
Okay.
going on there.
The future at the end of nowhere?
In your last moments, when you suddenly realize, like, oh dang, I'm in too deep, what's the biggest concern that flashes to your mind? Like, as you're having your last thoughts, what would you be thinking of?
Am I gonna get kicked from the group for this?
Your attention draws onto the party, the group in and of itself, and your position and how it stands. And your vision draws you far into a distant scape where you are looking over a wide and distant horizon, and you don't have like a vision of yourself or your body or your essence of where you are. You're just sort of looking over this landscape, and it's rapidly passing underneath of you, almost like you're a bird flying. But this landscape is just rapidly passing underneath of you. And you get this essence that there is some place to go, some place to be, something to do, and you're all doing it together. With a 17, go ahead and make a perception check.
Fudgesicles, alright. Rolled an 8. Dirty 8.
Okay, you can roughly tell that this is almost a tundra landscape. You can easily tell that. It's not necessarily mountainous, but it's definitely not like flat ground either. And you realize that one of you has solved the answer to this riddle of where you need to go. And the thing that comes to you is your destination lies where the water flows upwards. And you all spent so much time studying and you couldn't figure it out until someone realized that there was a location where a river joined at two mountaintops. One where it flowed down and it flowed into this tundra and up into the frozen peaks. And that's when you realize that that's what it must mean, that this water flowing upwards is actually water that's frozen in place leading up to this mountaintop. And you are all climbing it to where you believe Kitangu is or should be or was, or then you're suddenly pulled backwards and you're collapsing onto the floor and you're almost like taking rapid breaths as if pulled out from underneath water, and you're just taking like deep gasping breaths.
Hi guys. I did something smart for once.
I mean, it didn't look like you did something smart, so.
We couldn't tell.
Alright, so I got a vision from touching that memory juice over there. I imagine it's some kind of deity alcohol. But
Deity alcohol? Really?
Just let him talk. I.
trying to make this Joshua. Okay. Anyway, we're going to spend a very long time looking for our destiny, but I can shorten it into something very simple and very easy. In exchange, I want one rock.
A rock.
Very shiny rock from anywhere besides Holgear's bag. You can't just give me Holgear's rock. It has to be a rock not previously
touch
owned
my-
by him. Hey, I
touch my
I
rock.
added a thing
I
that
mean,
says I
technically,
can't touch the
wouldn't-
rock.
Wouldn't any rock that Holgear just picks up and claims is his
Yeah,
would be
rock.
his, right?
No,
True.
I want something that is not owned by Holgear.
Is this something
Right.
you need to do this thing you're talking about, or you just want to rock?
I just want to fuck with you since you've been pissing me off lately.
I don't know why a whole gear giving you a rock is gonna do anything to me. I mean, a whole gear, you got a rock on you, man? Or
You're not taking any of my rocks.
I'm not saying I want his rocks, I want rocks not his.
I need that and a prosthetic leg.
wait,
And a prosthetic leg.
you want whole gear's rock, but you don't
No.
No, I don't want Holgear's rock.
So you
I just
I
want
want
regular
Joshua's
ass
rocks.
So you want a regular rock
From anywhere not
that
related to
whole gear's
Holgear.
bag. Okay.
Thank
Knew you
for
were going to
clarifying.
try some bull
My
about forcing
takes her
Holgear.
hand into her bag of holding and looks for a rock.
Yeah, you could find like a rock.
Here.
Yeah, didn't you pick up some shiny quartz crystals from the
Oh
lab?
no, she doesn't give him any of her shiny rocks that she's collected.
No, the shiny
Ah,
rocks
okay.
are mine, and if he tries to ask for them, I'll kill him.
Yeah, there was some
You
there was
killed
some
me,
rubble
you
in the
spent
bag that she just kind of
decades
pulls out.
Researching your destiny.
I mean, I lived for a very long time, so I'm literally 200 years old.
Yeah, but do you want to spend 200 more researching in far
I really
away from
don't think you
nature?
understand how immortality works, but okay.
I really don't like this person.
I'm literally a spirit. I don't know what you want
You're
from me.
still a person by definition.
Oh,
so-
you think I'm a person? That's so sweet. Here's a rock.
And Joshua takes the rock and tosses it away. Okay, so our destiny lies.
Miriam smacks
where
you upside the
water
head.
Flows upwards. Did you catch that?
Yeah,
No.
if
Destiny
it,
lies
Miriam was
where
busy
water
hitting-
flows upwards.
so we just
Actually,
need to find.
I do have an important question. How was Talia and Miriam walking after the whole interaction?
I kind of have like my my hand, like I kind of like have my arm like a
Just sort of one arm wrapped around her.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, one more time, Joshua, you said what now?
Okay. I'm going to repeat this as many times as necessary. Our
Okay.
destiny lies where water flows upwards, most likely a frozen mountain of sorts, possibly in another dimension. I don't know all the climates here.
Okay,
And
sorry.
that's where I think Kitangu is.
Okay, one more time.
Great. So, our destiny lies where the water flows upwards.
How many times do you get
possibly a
Joshua to say it?
frozen- I am going to repeat
She
this
asked-
as many times as I
She's
need.
gonna ask him about 10 more times before she gets bored and walks away.
Miriam has also kind of pulled away and is like interested by the liquid and is just kind of apprehensively stepping close to it.
You touch that, I
No.
deafen you.
She like shoos her away and closes the door, the glass. No more touching.
Okay, make a strength check.
demon juice. Or whatever the fuck Joshua called it. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why I'm trying to call it juice, but like, no,
It's
that
memory liquid.
A
Remember
memory
when my
memory.
patron Gorthonax mentioned Kitangu taking a memory bath or whatever he does?
Okay, Joshua, hang on. I'm rolling, and you're being too loud.
It's answering a question.
I know. But I can't read my roll. You're too loud.
That's not how sight works. God damn it!
It is for people with issues.
I do actually have
Yeah.
auto so.
I'm sorry. That was
No,
mean.
I was
okay.
joking, but now you've turned it into something personal. So.
I mean,
I like how
get it. I
Holger
have to.
insulted her and got away with it.
Huh?
Wait, what?
Oh no, Holger knows I have issues.
No, yeah, I have the same problem. I have to turn down the radio to look at the road signs.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I absolutely can't multitask in anything.
Yeah.
I can multitask. I just look.
I can't listen to two
Loud
things at
music
once.
just doesn't hurt.
Anywho,
Wait,
what did you get for your strength check?
It was strength. Okay, sorry. I totally got sidetracked because I.
Yeah, you're trying to force close the thing.
Yeah, I got it.
My memory.
Sorry, my thing is taking a minute to load. Okay, hang on. Sorry. Ooh, that is a 19.
Okay. You go to close it, and you can tell that it is stuck. You get the sense that there's probably something, jammed up in the works. You could probably open it and, try to slam it close again if you wanted to, but that doesn't really do much.
Nah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. She's just gonna give up and just be like, just don't touch it, okay? We don't know what this does. It could be slow
It's memory
effects. I mean, he's getting dumber by the second, I feel. Something's happening to Joshua's brain.
Feel like I could have made a better. Feel like I could have gotten
Bargain?
a better party, but there's no way of that at this point. Anyway,
A
it's
better
memory juice.
party? Yeah? We'll leave you here.
Back to the water flowing upwards. You mentioned that it was in a mountainous area?
Possibly a frozen mountain, as remember
So-
that being significant.
So we need to find somewhere that's really mountainous and really windy. So windy that it would blow like a waterfall upwards.
No,
right?
it's
No.
a literally frozen waterfall. That's frozen upwards. It's an icy mountainous area with rivers that is really cold.
Well, that's not how that works, Joshua.
Look, I'm just interpreting what may as well be a drunken
Rivers?
hallucination from God
Rivers don't
juice.
flow upwards. You know where the water does flow upwards?
The Fae?
Ocean.
I mean, yeah, I think the Feywild had some reverse waterfalls. But again, thank you for reminding me that my home is dead.
Oh my
Ah,
God!
blah, blah, blah.
Stop being such a.
Say it. I fucking dare you.
Whining. Stop being such a whiner.
Of what?
Is that an ad? Whatever.
I don't know if that's insulting or just sad that that's all you could come up with.
All you do is whine about your dead world. Hey, guess what? Our world
It's
is
at this
dead
point
too.
that you hear the around you as these statues start to animate. Most of them have staves or swords and whatnot. Most of them have pole arms and staves and whatnot. Most of their weapons are actually broken and whatnot. But they hold them out in front of themselves, tips pointed down ceremonially, just sort of in the middle in front of them, and start to approach the center, which is where I believe all of you are.
Joshua, what did you do?
It's an automated defense system caused by your actions.
What did I do?
Not mine.
I didn't do anything.
Well, it's obvious you did something because this wasn't me. It would have
I
activated
mean, you're
a
the
long
one that
time ago.
stuck your hand in the thing. You didn't know what it was.
It would have activated instantly when I stuck my hand in the thing if that's what caused it to activate.
Yeah, the robot's eyes light up and say, "No whining, playtime over." No, I'm just kidding. No, but
I would have.
There is like a horde of like 20 of these intimidating soldiers marching upon your position. What do you all do? Oh,
No.
and the door suddenly hisses and starts to slide open.
The door to the thing? To the
Yes, to the pit.
goo?
To the glowing goo pit.
Oh,
Damn
so
it, I should have drank
the
some
pit?
of that.
I will also say this with some of your perception. You notice that several of these automatons are not armed with weapons, but are instead holding ripped cloth.
Cool. I'm gonna go grab some of that cloth.
Do you attempt to wrestle it from you like step in front of it and it tries to sidestep around you and you're like it's playing Toro with your go ahead and make
honestly, no, wait, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to I'm gonna jump on the back of this statue.
make an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Okay.
This ain't my first rodeo, cowboy. Oh, that's a 23.
Okay, so as you approach it, it stops and tries to sidestep you, and then after like you faking it out a couple times, it manages to just sort of brush past you, in which case you're like, oh heck no, and you just run and jump up onto its shoulders, completely knocking it off balance, and it just lands with a king onto the floor and just starts like wheeling around it. It's gonna try and buck you off. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Raptors
That's a 15.
Okay, yeah. Mai is currently riding this bucking bronco of one of these automatons. As the rest of them move into position.
What sort of position are they taking?
Just sort of like a circle around this figure. Specifically the ones holding what seems to be clothing. Approach closer to the pit as the door slowly opens and you can start to see something emerging from down beneath.
Take a step back, let Kitongu out.
Okay. And while Mai is just riding one of these guys in the background, Kitongu slowly surfaces out of the pool. This sort of white liquid's just sort of pouring off his body, glistening, sort of in almost a streaking way. And I'm trying to find like a good way to describe it because it's very liquid but also viscous at the same time.
slime.
Kind of slimy, yeah. But as soon as it like catches air, it absolutely just like slides off him and definitely stays in the pool, but definitely kind of slimy. And as he steps out, the automatons quickly like give him his clothes and just sort of dress him up very quickly, as he steeples his fingers looking at all of you.
What about the one that I'm fucking
I
wrestling?
see that you have made it, and just like slowly turns to Mai, just
I'm just wrestling this cloth around it. Hello.
Well, I see that you have made your way to the destination. Welcome.
She's gonna slowly get off of the automaton.
If you would mind, they are very old models.
Look, they came at me. I don't. His reaction.
Who came at them?
And it like comes over and like starts to wrap his foot. Almost like a bandage cast.
I'm also gonna smack Joshua on the arm really hard.
Joshua lights himself on fire.
I mean, okay. She's also a fire spirit, so I don't know why you think that matters to her. Also, you can't light yourself on fire if you don't know I'm gonna hit you yet.
Does the memory juice let you know that Mai's gonna hit you?
Does it?
No. If anything, your sensors are kind of dulled at the moment.
So it was God booze.
I don't want to say what it is.
It's stuck out part of your brain.
Miriam's like, so what exactly is that stuff? That is not your concern.
Honor you.
Out of character, I think it was like memory stem cells.
Those.
I'm not going to say what it is.
Well,
let us just
it
say that I
obviously has
had to
something to
open
do
many
with memory.
box tops to get this much.
oh my god, it's brain like illithids eat.
Oh, good, because I thought this
That
was
is
a
a
different
joke.
bodily fluid.
Better be a joke, bro. I just stuck my hand in that.
Wait, since when does Connor know how to joke?
This is
I
Omni
am
Connor. At
attempting
least one
to.
has to be a Kamaiania.
What did you just say?
A Kamyan.
Madian.
What?
A Kamadian.
Okay.
Guys, I think he's drugged.
Oh, I just said comedian in a weird way. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyway, hello.
Send us to the most relevant dimension in this conflict we're a part of.
Wow, you were just on it today.
Kitongu steps towards you, Joshua. Did
Please.
you partake in this unity?
Oh,
Oh shit, he gonna eat my brain like an illithid. Anyway, yes I did.
Thank you for being honest with me. Please allow me to... What is the best way to describe this? Observe your mind to make sure that no harm was done.
Is now.
And you watch as his all four arms extend towards you.
Said no.
The arms stop, and then the head like turns towards the rest of the party. It is for the best that I make sure that he is not, let us say, tainted.
compromised.
Compromised is a appropriate word.
Good job, Joshua. You compromised yourself.
Several
Bro, you're the
automatons
one
surround you,
who's
Joshua,
riding
and block
the
you
freaking
in.
ego of Morbazak.
This will take only a moment to observe you. And the large arms grab your shoulders and push them together. You can attempt to resist this grapple if you would like.
Fine, whatever. Let's just get this over with.
Okay. And he like pulls you down to his chest as the little arms reach up and place their hands on your temples. I'm gonna take a look. After a few moments, and you sort of watch this sort of drifting light weave around Joshua's head for a moment before he's set back down, and Kitongu steeples his fingers. In the very same moment that you sort of saw him where he reassimilated your Connor, just extremely pensive and almost non-detecting your existence at the moment. Miriam like elbows someone like, do we need to remind him where he is? He doesn't look too good.
I think
I feel
we
like
just...
we could die if we did that.
I think we just give him a minute. Like, resetting?
Well, I think he's searching through the files of my brain, if that makes sense.
I think he's going through the one filing cabinet in Joshua's brain.
Have at least a half. And a
A half a filing cabinet?
No, 1.5 of a filing cabinet.
Mm.
It appears as though this one is beyond saving. And just sort of slowly turns away.
You can't just do that, Kitangu. Roasted me like that.
I will say, Kitongu, that was an excellent burn.
It was not intentional.
Bro, I was friends with like half of your
Existences?
honors. Assistances?
Existences.
Existences.
Kitangu slowly turns. Bear in mind that I have many semblances of myself abroad. Though you have run into a few of them, I'm certain that you've not even begun to scratch the surface.
Yeah, no, my
Well,
head hurt.
I will say, Kitongu, we might not have met half of your reality versions, but we've met you, and you're all right. So I think we're going to do okay.
I disagree. But please,
I disagree with that. You're an all right person.
Okay, let's let the deity talk. What do we need to know?
Holgear, make a persuasion check.
It.
Joshua.
Fuck that noise. Nat 20.
For a total of?
31.
Whoa.
You want to invert?
And
use
I'm
an
willing to
adversity
burn an
token?
adversity I am
Alright.
willing to burn an adversity token so he feels better about himself.
As you
Okay,
say that to him, Kitangu stumbles and he loses his composure. Just sort of turned away from all of you. You can see that he was like walking towards the gate. And as you say that, he just stops everything.
Holgear, are you flirting with the deity of Connor?
No, he just doesn't have very much company, and self-deprecation's never a good thing.
That's fair.
I've had plenty of experience with those negative thoughts, and it's best to just not let them fester.
He mutters something, and if anyone would like to make a perception check.
Yes.
I swivel my big old fuck ears around.
Your satellite dishes.
Yeah, honestly,
24.
they kind of are.
54?
Jesus, no. 24.
Oh, 24. I heard 50.
He was like, how many fucking adversity
I
tokens?"
wish.
He's like, what the fuck? What is it? What are we rolling? I'm sorry.
Perception.
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 Perception, bro.
And I
I
think
rolled
you
a
have
19.
advantage on hearing, Mai, don't you?
I might.
Perception
I don't know,
checks based on hearing, don't you?
I might. I think. I don't know. I have to exit out of my thing because.
All right. Talia,
It's
what
not-
are you saying?
I got a 19.
Okay, you hear what he says.
Got a 19. It got a
And Holgear,
I-
you too.
Holgear got a 24
Yeah.
and is willing to burn an adversity token.
No,
as
no, no,
needed.
you're good, you're good.
My God, a 17.
You do not hear.
Oh wait,
Unless,
advantage?
what?
I didn't roll advantage. Hang on, sorry.
Okay.
Let me. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
21.
Okay, you also hear. You hear like a deep, like a deep sigh where they're like straightening themselves and recentering themselves before speaking. It's better this way. And then they refocus themselves, steeple their fingers, and begin to move towards the gateway. Now, you simply said that you only wish to leave Carthus. That is something that I can grant you quite easily. Although I must say that I will have to ask you to not speak of what you have seen or learned here.
Oh yeah, we got the rundown from Gorthalax.
Speaking of what, where?
As soon as you mention Gorthlax, he like pivots on his heel and like turns sideways towards all of you. Like, what did that guy blab about?
He said he thinks you're pretty cool and that he likes your company. He also says he doesn't have taste buds, but he can still taste things, which I think is pretty weird in a cool way.
That too.
Make an insight check.
There we go. Freaking thing wasn't reacting. Hello? Okay. I don't know how these dice don't roll properly, so they like get caught on something and then they make it re-roll. It's so stupid. 16.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to kind of describe something about Kitongu when he came out of that, because he didn't have the mask over his face. Did anybody look at his face without the...
I mean, I think we were all staring at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could see that his face was malformed, sort of almost caved in. You could see the skeletal structure. It is definitely not human. It almost looks like there's sort of like an elongated jaw that almost has like sort of split at the lip. And now that I'm saying that, now I can only think of is the elites from Halo. I will say that it's something similar to that. It's definitely not like the Predator from Alien vs. Predator and whatnot.
It looked like a weird Ankar from Bleach.
Yeah, the weirdest thing though is that there's a lot of like sort of like corrosion that has happened. Where there's sort of like holes sort of in the flesh that is sort of almost worn away, that the flesh is almost sort of sagging down from the skull, and everything.
Oh, erosion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My visuals are getting it now.
Mm-hmm. What did you get with your insight check?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, I don't fucking remember. What was it? 16.
Okay. When you say that Gorthlax, said that Kitongu was cool, you think you see something, just for a moment, just sort of as he turns the corner and the sort of mask sort of flaps in front of his face. You swear, and it could just be a trick of light, but you think you see a little hint of blush on those cheeks.
Hell
Mai's
yeah.
lips pierce so small in this little devious face that she makes. She's like...
Kitongu slowly turns back to the portal. You all should leave. It is for the best that you do not stay here.
Why?
It is not your concern. You need not involve yourself in this business.
Why?
Miriam's like, why are you asking questions? He said we can go.
I mean, yeah, but why?
Kitongu steps up the steps towards the sort of raised area where the big gateway is, and begins to maneuver his hands in a very intricate dance that almost seems to be some sort of like somatic components, but also just sort of interacting with the device at the same time, that is incomprehensible. But the gate begins to move, and it's very quick that this happens, like very rapid movements, and then this sort of light starts to apparate from inside of these runes, and then sort of spark almost a little bit before swirling around the center and filling the space with this sort of glowing fog.
Can I try to mimic his hand movements? Just for
Make an
funsies.
intelligence check.
Not performance?
No. This is trying to memorize what he did first.
How dare you make me do this?
That's why I said that it's incomprehensible. I'm not saying that it's impossible for you to do. But
I'm
like,
going to use one of my auto 20s for a total of 21.
okay. All right. I will give you this then with that. You are able to perfectly recall the set of one pair of hands.
That's fair.
Which is it? The top ones, the big ones, or the smaller ones in the chest?
Which ones are doing the cooler parts?
I mean, the smaller ones kind of seem like they have to move faster. Because they
I'll do
don't
the
have as
smaller
much arm
ones
span.
then.
Okay. Alright. Note that somewhere on your character sheet, I guess. I don't know.
That I know things.
Sure.
Yay.
Know the hand signs to open a portal.
Yeah.
The bottom one specifically.
Yeah. There was a lot of twisting, pulling, and popping it.
Damn it.
Was there a voice
Oh,
that
Jack
went
hates
along
us.
with it?
No. But he was kind of mumbling to himself. No, I'm just kidding.
I put down memorize his portal hands.
Okay. Small portal hands. Yeah, put
I'll
small in parentheses. Okay. That is absolutely a joke. Oh no. Did I scare Jack away with that?
Probably. Nah, Josh just hates us now. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he's back.
Back.
Yay.
He
I
doesn't
thought-
hate us.
I thought I made him leave with the bop it joke.
To be
Yeah.
honest, my finger was on the button.
That's
Joshua, you're
harsh.
so fucking mean today. Jesus.
Okay. Kitangu, as soon as he opens the portal, sort of steps to the side and says, "Now, I cannot tell you exactly where this portal goes, as the destination is not nearly as important as what I have set it to. The destination where each of you individually may approach is generally up to your own interpretations of this, but this is a safe place. You will not be able to be tracked back to this location, and you will not be jumping into any, let us say, undesired circumstances. I cannot guarantee that you all will meet together, so perhaps it is for the best that you say your goodbyes for now.
Hmm?
At least for the moment.
What?
Quick question. Is it possible for us to bring the Stug with us? That's the name that I gave to the ship.
He nods his head. As it stands, it is probably for the best that that were to remain here with me, as having that technology moving about in space, while it is not fully operational, is unwise.
But
I will request that you
That's
allow
what
it
they
to
all
stay here
say.
with me.
but
In that case, could I make a request? On that ship is Mai's brother in statue form. We're not sure why he has become statued, but it was the similar way when Joshua basically touched the tar. I think it was, or touched a cursed door that. I'll basically run him down what happened with Joshua.
Sure. Kitongu
And-
faces towards the center of the room and waves one of the smaller hands, and you watch as up from the floor rise both Mai's brother and the statue of Connor. I see that you have brought the remnants of one of my essences as well.
He was a friend to us.
Yeah,
Sentiment is. It's nice.
Bear
I
in
was
mind
kinda
that the situation with Connor is that something of the very same volition as what has happened to Mai's brother, Ty. They are fragmented, separated from themselves and disassociated from their appropriate timelines. Something has happened to upset the natural flow of time and space, and the only way to cure this would be to reintroduce a new essence to them. I understand
So we
that it
need-
may upset you, so I will not reintroduce this physical form as a manifestation of my essence. I will simply make a new one. It may remain here, as well as Ty's if you so wish, or you may take it with you and attempt to reintroduce it with another aspect of himself.
If we do not take Ty with us, would there be even a way for us to come visit?
no.
It would not be the best to return here.
In that case, I think we'd better bring Ty with us.
In the same essence, you cannot return Ty to his original state. You will have to bond him with another currently situated one.
Yeah.
In the
we-
same
we
fashion
remember.
where, yes, you yourself have come into contact with yourself, which is intriguing, as it did not end explosively. However,
Wait, what?
in Joshua's situation, where he was fragmented before being reformed with his own version of himself, basically Kitongu breaks down the situation that when someone messes up the natural flow of time of like events and what's supposed to happen, when that person's destiny gets course corrected or taken off that path, they basically get shut down and are broken off. So he's not dead, but in order to like realign it's not that the needle has come off the record, it's that the record has been cross-threaded. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we just need to realign him with a current version of him.
Right. You would basically have to strip off
have to-
the record and get like a new record to keep playing the same song.
We have to go back a version of Ty to Ty 0.101.
Right. So, in the same essence that all the life experience, like memories and everything, will be transferred to the new Ty, you could just go meet another Ty.
I don't have to
If you-
bring him with us.
If you want your brother's memories to be in your brother, you have to bring the statue. But if you want to just make new memories with your brother, we can go find you a new brother.
Why would I want to make new memories? There's what? No, we're.
Basically, you can either have a new Ty that basically potentially knows you as their sister, but not.
Right, you could
Shared
go to another dimension
experiences.
where there's another Mai and Tai and meet them. But if you wanted your Tai back, you would have to basically download him into another tie, and then they would both remember. Does that make
And
sense?
there's also no guarantee
No.
Basically, we have to bring your statue version to a flesh and blood version and combine the two.
Yeah.
That
Right.
way they will have both persons' memories, but there's no guarantee which personality will come out on top.
And it's not necessarily either person. It could be like a new person at the same time, or a combination of the two. Basically, he's saying that there's no way to necessarily reinstate the tie that Mai has.
I need to know what happened to him, so we're taking him with us then.
I mean, you already know what happened. Morbazak happened.
No, but like,
Okay.
my brain hurt.
I'm sorry.
We'll just bring him with.
Sure.
Okay.
If in the process we find a nice garden to leave him with, then that's
Has a
another thing.
statue.
Yeah.
Just leave him. in
Leave
the
him for
garden.
kids to climb all over him. Stick
Well, I don't know if
gum in his hair. In his
I don't
ears.
know. I'm not saying we're gonna leave him in Central Park. I'm just saying if we find a nice place with like a pond and some birds, then shit, maybe.
Where?
I don't know. Wherever the hell we go.
What's
You
Central
just put
Park?
him in a bank vault.
Mai's like, what's Central Park? I don't know what that is.
Park in the middle of a city.
What's a city?
Lots of people.
Sounds stinky. Anyway, let's go.
It is. Holgir's just gonna like do that, rig up some carrying straps on tie and hand them over to Mai.
I can't carry him.
It is
Yeah,
for the
with a nice
best that you
backpack.
probably enter one at a time.
Oh, Jack, do you?
Jack has
Does
the
Jack
growth
want
thing.
to carry him?
I'd carry him.
Okay.
No problem.
Jack,
I'll
Jack, big strong.
I mean, you have to enter one at a time.
Wait.
Oh,
how's-
so we'd have to throw the statue through?
Right.
You're gonna
Oh.
fucking break him.
That's gonna be awkward.
But how did? So we have to go through this portal, and none of us are gonna be together. So I'm just gonna have to go through the same fucking shit as what.
Holgi-
Yeah, Miriam's
gonna-
also getting upset. She's like, "This doesn't make any sense. Why are you splitting us up? Why are you sending us on a wild goose chase? This doesn't make any sense."
Yeah, what's the point of any of that? Just send us all together.
Is this
It is
to
for your
attract?
safety that you do not get found all at once. Especially if it
Found?
would track you back down to this place. It is better
Did
to
you miss-
reinstate you in your current timeline.
Did you miss the whole part where he's not supposed to be here?
No, I know he's not supposed to be here. But what are we gonna do?
Our best.
Well, how are we gonna find each other? We could be sent to completely different.
Anybody have a sending spell? That's a start.
No.
I can.
I mean, some of you guys have items that will help you find each other.
The clothes?
Fine,
have-
I'll use the band.
Okay.
The what?
Joshua, who are you entrusting your life to?
Who is the least trustworthy person here?
What?
Probably Talia.
Hey. How am I the least
Mine.
trustworthy?
What?
Or the least trustworthy person here, because I'm not
Okay.
acting Miriam. So here, you get to decide my life now. And he kind of just tosses her a red band cloth.
Okay.
Catches it and just like, ew, why is it sweaty?
You immediately feel the importance of this thing. You feel like you could just crush Joshua in your hand right now if you wanted to.
Ew, responsibility.
This is like
why I
bigger than
chose
Voodoo
you.
Doll level of power right now.
This is what?
Bigger than Voodoo Doll.
Fun fact about the voodoo doll thing. So if I like rip this in half, you'll die. Is that kind of the gist? Oh.
Quick question, DM.
Yeah.
With my stones,
Put 'em into a girl.
do they just automatically pop back into my pocket, like popping into existence, or do they?
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame. I remember the ones where you were saying they basically drug themselves to me, and I was gonna give 2 of them to other people, like a tractor beam.
After a while, are you gonna
I was.
pull an
about
Iron
using it-
Giant?
Yeah! Iron Giant.
I haven't seen that movie in ages. Please
You
explain the
encompasses.
reference.
At the end of
comes
Iron
together
Giant, he
in the
blows
end.
up, and then all of his like nuts and bolts like start rolling back to him to reassemble himself.
Yes,
Yeah.
kinda. I was
Um,
thinking if they pulled themselves towards me, then I could give them to different party members, and then we could meet up.
Like
that
if you
way.
get the necklaces and the necklaces point the way.
Yeah, compass style.
I am going to say. I don't think I want to give you an answer here. I think this is an idea that you need to decide yourself. That if you give these to someone, they may not come back to you. You may not even be able to home in on them. But that's a chance that you're probably willing to take.
You can find out right now because there's one that you gave to Slippery Jack for the last fight.
I assumed you'd given that back.
So you can.
Sure.
I hadn't yet, but
Okay. I'll check my pocket to see if it vanished and came back to me.
Going to
Is
church.
Jack part of your home?
Yeah.
Then it is still with Jack.
Yes. Jack's my prison break brother.
Just
What?
You know what it is.
Yeah, you were there too,
these-
Joshua.
stories that I have to hear at a later time, I assume. That sounds interesting.
Okay.
Hey, but I don't
yeah.
feel like it was relevant.
I'm going to leave the Butcher's Bloodstone with Jack.
Okay.
I'm going to give the Deserted Hearthstone to Joshua,
Okay.
because Mai's gonna find Joshua and Joshua can find me. And then Talia, I'm going to give. I hate to part with it, but Nanny's Luckstone.
Oh.
Okay.
And as Hold
I
here
understand
puts-
it's a very special stone, so I will guard it with my soul.
Soulstone!
Alright, well, Mai is probably going to kill me if I lose this, so I promise to keep it safe.
Yeah, if Joshua fucks up, I'll fuck him up. That's the deal.
Yeah, you could literally kill Joshua.
I mean,
Okay. If now the question
That's saying a
is-
lot that he's like he trusts you above all else because you guys mess
will
around
it
with each
be
other or not.
a good choice? Will it be a giant mistake? We'll see.
Well,
Literally
he knows
gave her
that you
the
wouldn't
stone
abuse
because she's
it,
the
I think is,
least
like, the point.
trustworthy person.
I like to keep Joshua on his toes.
Yeah. I feel like there's
Now that-
definitely like a good sibling rivalry there that you care about each other enough to actually call each other out.
Now
think-
the question is,
Yeah.
when we go through this portal, and if these stones work as they should, and bring you to me, would you like me to use my compass to find us our nearest city? Or point of reference?
Wait.
We should worry about that when we get together.
Good
Huh?
idea.
Oh.
I have a compass that lets me find whatever I want.
Yeah,
this
I think
case,
I
it
think
would
once
be
we
a
find
city.
each other, then it'll be. I mean, maybe if you can find like a specific town or something, so you're like, when you're on your own, and then we'll, I guess, meet you there, and then go from there. I don't know. What about
I
Miriam?
feel like this is just a fate thing
Miriam,
that
do
I
you
have
have
to deal with.
Do you have a spell or something that can, like, bond you to us or something so you can find us?
Miriam's just sort of staring at the portal.
Miriam?
Would you like to go back?
What? Yeah, of course. Wait, why do you want to meet up with me again? I thought you guys hated me.
We don't hate you.
No.
I hate you, the rest of them like you.
Joshua, I'm gonna squeeze this bandana. Just a little bit.
Bro, I'm being honest though.
Okay, well, honesty isn't always the best policy. Stop that.
I just like to
doesn't-
imagine that like my force chokes Joshua by holding up.
No.
Joshua,
No.
It doesn't
Let-
work like that.
Joshua, let me ask, why don't you like her?
Yeah. What's the deal?
Because there have been multiple times to show that that anybody we meet is either going to try and kill us or is in fact a part of our enemy in some way. He looks at Morbazak. So I do not trust a lady who happens to be in a place where exiled gods go and just so happens to be Talia's mother. This is a 1 in a billion chance, people.
I mean, Joshua, to be fair, we also ended up in a place where exiled gods go. So what does that say about you?
Yeah.
Oh,
What does that say
shots
about you?
fired.
Plus,
What
don't
does that say
forget,
about you?
Really
You
love our
Yeah,
ended
but you
up in a
trusted
place
me
of
with this thing. She holds up the bandana. You trusted me with this thing. So, you being all accusatory and crap is kind of not.
It's not a
Valid.
bandana. It's a braided friendship bracelet.
Cool, it's a thing. I forgot.
Josh,
Sorry.
Imagine it however you like.
Joshua, don't forget, not everybody who is here is bad. Just look at Gorthalax. He's pretty great.
Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin
He's
has
here.
done nothing bad to you. Well,
Who?
Bro.
what?
What is that? That's what she calls them.
Rumpelstiltskin.
detest that name.
Then that's why it makes it perfect.
It's okay.
I have to irritate each and every one of you somehow. Except for Jack. Jack's my sneaking buddy.
Snaking, buddy?
Sneaking.
Sneaking.
Sneaking, buddy.
Mhm.
And you don't irritate me.
Well, yeah, because you scare me.
Oh, I don't want to scare you.
No, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
Either way, I'm stuck with you and I feel like there's no way getting out of it.
It's
So,
kind of like that
you either
time.
trust me and I trust you, and we no longer argue. Agreed?
Who are you talking to?
Everybody.
Oh. No, I like arguing with you too much.
Are you
That'll-
going to trust me then?
Sometimes.
Good enough.
Miriam, we like you. You're part of our friends now. You're part of the group. So you come with us, and you want to figure out how we find you. Okay?
Make a persuasion check.
Remember, I'll deafen
With
you if you try to
disadvantage.
kill us.
Joshua, she's not gonna try to kill us. Can you relax, please? If she was gonna try to kill us, she would have done it already.
Don't know that. Sparrow knows. Sparrow, going to try and kill us.
Make
16.
an insight check on the DM.
Oh.
Miriam.
I burn one of my nat 20s for that.
No, stop.
Miriam hears you, Mai, but doesn't quite, take it. She's
Miriam,
just
goddammit, if you don't want to just go, why do you... Adventures, knowledge, you can do stuff out there. Here you're just
Possibly bacon.
useless. Out there you can do something to help people. Teach people.
Gus.
Well, like most
No,
of us.
I think you're confused. She's leaving. She just doesn't understand why she wants to be with you guys.
Oh. You don't
You've
like
shown
us?
her nothing but hatred, disrespect, and mistrust the entire time.
I
you've
haven't
been
shown
together.
her hatred. I've shown her
You've
maybe
forced her to put on
a
clothes.
little disrespect, but not hatred.
I like to imagine I was trying my
How
best.
in the world
She
does
gets
that
the
make
impression that
sense?
you guys just don't like her in general. Like all of you have like some reason to
I
not
do
want her around.
all of that stuff to people I like. So
Okay, not Talia, except that you did steal her book.
I didn't steal the book. That was
I stole the book.
That was my Holger and Jack. I am not in on that.
Yeah, Talia was asleep.
Exactly. That is until they got in their
Okay, all right.
I have
okay.
given it some hard thought, and I have come to the conclusion that I don't want to try and find you again. But if we ever cross paths again, maybe we can start fresh. That might be better.
Holger will approach, stick out his hand, and in a slightly businesslike fashion, just say, if we do not meet each other again, I wouldn't say it's been a pleasure because things have been getting very weird, but just know I have always found you reliable and trustworthy.
She takes your hand and gives it a solid shake. All right.
I'm gonna like approach her and give her a solid hug. Like how I would.
Okay. As you give her a hug, she whispers something in your ear.
Can I hear this?
No.
Damn
I'm
it!
not even gonna let you try.
God. fucking-
What does she whisper? Unless you're sending it through a DM.
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
'cause
say
he's
it
not
out
gonna
loud.
let us hear it because he's mean.
As soon as she stops hugging Talia, she goes and sits down on the steps and starts to go through her book. Morbazak just sort of steps up, kind of gives Kitangu a look, and then steps towards the portal. Takes
Quick
one
question,
step. Yep.
How weird does it look when Morbazak gives Kitangu a look since he's like ankle height? 'Cause
Oh yeah, he's like
Kitangu's
shorter than
massive.
the small hands. So it's very much like a child going and looking up at a statue. And
Nice.
Is it okay if I give Morbazak a little, say goodbye to him as well?
yeah, he's just stepping towards the portal, and he turns to look at all of you.
Yeah, Talia and Mai are probably gonna give him a special goodbye.
Like, you get the sense that he was trying to sneak out quickly before anything happens. Like, he didn't want to draw it out, but then you, like, instantly notice that he's trying to leave.
Hey!
He considers bolting for it, but...
Excuse you. Manners?
Yeah.
You're supposed to say goodbye to your friends before you leave.
Don't think you're gonna try and get away that easily without us saying goodbye to you.
Yeah, bad kitty.
Interesting. When we first met, we were nothing but adversaries, and yet I feel sad if I do not see you again.
Morbazak, you of all people should know. People change.
Also, please don't try to kill us anymore. Okay, bye.
And I'm gonna like kneel down and be like, well, is there any way for us to find you? Unless you attempt to find us.
I think the bond we have created with Rumpelstiltskin is so great. But it will just pull him towards us.
I got a question about the portal.
Yeah.
And that is that if we all hold hands together and jump in at the same time, will we end up in the same place?
Unfortunately, it does not work like that. You can see that Kitongu is starting to lose his composure again, and actually kind of starts to step down from the landing a little bit, sort of turning away from everybody.
Wait, if we all go in together, do we turn into a weird blob like we fuse together?
Gross.
He basically describes that it's basically instantaneous. So if you were to lock hands, the person would pretty much be pulled from your grasp. So unless you actually fused your hands before going in.
Alright, Talia, we gotta fuse hands.
Ooh. Talia.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
I'm
Does
joking.
not sound healthy.
Joshua,
Talia, may I make a request? May I borrow Midnight's Awakening and Morning's Lullaby?
or
I
just
think-
one of them, because they...
Do you think that would work? I was
they're
mostly
both-
thinking, if I had both of them, I could play music and you could follow that.
Or what if you took one of them and the other one, they, like, wanted to come together?
I mean, they are bound to one another.
Yeah, so instead of having to use your grandma's stone...
To be clear, they do not want to be separated. They're not, like, magnetically attached to each other. They can
Yeah,
be,
but
like, put in separate rooms, but you just can't attune to one and not the other.
Oh.
Okay,
Lame.
so they just become more sad magic items.
Yeah.
Or sad magic.
I'd like to think that the hat is a little happier than it was.
Oh, it is.
Okay, thank you. I
You
need
can tell
hat.
that it is, like, very sad, since it just recently was on Miriam. And then got thrown and broken again.
Hey, it's okay, buddy. We're gonna have lots of adventures, okay? Anyway, let's go. I can't drag this. This is hard.
Is there a,
Going through
Is
the
there
portal
a-
first.
is there a way for Morbazak to find us? Or will he be able to find us, like, no matter where he is, and seems how he is, like, the root, and he could be, like, anywhere?
I am more
I don't-
concerned about the other me will find you before I find you.
Well, that's not concerning at all. Thank you, Morbazak.
Hopefully I will be able to find myself first.
Oh, now I'm extra concerned. So Morbazak and Miriam don't want to find us.
Morbazak is holding Mai's hand in one hand and Talia's hand in the other, and slowly backs up towards the portal and says, "It has been an adventure. Thank you." And as soon as their back touches the portal, their form starts to dissipate, and actually they begin to swirl as they're pulled backwards into this, sort of like they're dissolving into a soup, until you can no longer make them out. They're just gonna...
We do turn into soup.
Swear to God. keep
So
telling
before
me.
we jump, does anybody have a spare magic weapon I can use? Because I really don't have one.
You've
I think
got
that
my
is a no. Okay.
If
I
you,
mean-
I could give you called shot, but then I wouldn't have one, unless Talia, you would like. Would you mind?
Holger, you also get
One
the
is
idea that it
awakening.
probably wouldn't work for you. Or
What?
it wouldn't work for anyone else other than you.
Oh, called shot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Magic. I only have my flute, so
The
can I dig in my bag
That's
of
not gonna
holding and see if there's anything
No.
special in there? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what's in this thing.
since we're going back into the mortal plane, I'll be able to use my pack weapon again. So I guess I could give him Midnight's Awakening and Morning's Lullaby, but
I mean, he would have to attune to them, really, wouldn't he?
yeah, he would. But I don't.
That's a problem because I'm already attuned to 3 things anyway.
Mm.
So I guess we're just gonna have to wing it.
What are you tuned
I can
to?
give you a magical handshake.
Do you ask me what I was attuned to?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was just curious. You don't have to.
The Ring of Eternity, and the Necklace of Adaption, and the Belt of Fire Giant Strength.
That's right. Yeah. All very useful.
So I don't
things.
need any super duper magic weapon, I just need something that'll let me hit shit.
If nothing else, you can hit things with the rock.
I don't think that would be a good idea. Unless he goes back to him, but
Yeah, I think we just established that rock only works for you.
Into a hammer.
Well,
I
just
mean,
use it
the
as a
fire guy
voltage,
does
I
have a
suppose.
fire dagger.
Yeah, but he's
Oh, come
also.
on, why do I?
You're the only guy with a dagger. That's magical.
Mai's gonna dig into her bag of holding and pull out a little leather pouch, and it's a little clump of the herbs from her jar. And gives it to Jack. Just, I don't know. Here.
I don't know what this is, but I'm not saying you
Here,
should
how
smoke
you
it,
should
but
smoke
I'm not saying don't smoke it, but I'm also not saying smoke it, because I don't know what the shit does.
It's just cloves and ginger.
Yeah.
It's just grass.
Figure it out.
It's literally just mulch.
Yeah.
Shall we jump in the portal, guys?
If nobody
do
wants
I
to
have
trade
take-
items,
Do I have to take Ty with me then?
I think we've established he's his own person and he gets his own little spaghettification. So
How
I'm
did
just
he
my
get through the
goodness.
portal?
I'm gonna take like a piece of parchment, write on it property of my fox lady, and stick it on Ty's back.
Okay.
No.
That seems.
The words instantly polymorph into kick me. No, I'm
That
just
feels unnecessary.
kidding. Okay.
Stop writing signs on my brother.
And then you just
Right.
like scooch him into the portal.
Yeah, we're basically just gonna walk him.
Okay, yeah, he spaghettifies.
Joshua, are you sure you don't want to give a magic knife to our magic stabby boy?
Yeah. You have magic stuff.
Make you a deal. You promise to return it to me when I need it most, and you can have it.
I won't know when
Promise
that'll
you
be,
can't-
so Jack just jumps into the portal.
Bro,
No,
what
wait,
the
give
fuck?
him
I
a-
was trying to have a touching moment.
Jack can't make promises he can't keep.
That's the.
I can
yeah,
respect that.
Yeah. It's the most respectable thing.
Oh, damn. I was trying to be nice for once, and he jumps in a portal.
Mai is gonna look at Talia and give her a really, like, squeezy hug. And,
She's gonna hug her back.
nah. And she's gonna fix the flower crown on top of her hat. She
Which
gave
is
to her a
definitely
long-
started to wilt a little bit, but you can use like some fey magic to brighten it up.
Yeah, that's what, when I adjusted it, reblooms. So. She's gonna pat Holgear on the shoulder and, dead stare Joshua in the eye as she walks by them.
Bro,
And,
is this what I get for being an ass?
You just need to be nicer sooner. You
Uh,
shouldn't wait to be nice
she's
to your
gonna-
friends.
she's gonna tie. What's funny though is that this bracelet that you gave her is probably pretty big. I think it has to go around because you've got big arms, I assume. She's gonna tie it around her neck like a choker,
Nice.
so she doesn't lose it. And just gonna go through the portal.
Alright, well, before anybody else goes, I have one more thing to say. For the fireball! And Joshua jumps into the portal.
Please tell me he lands like on the ground face first.
Was the intention.
He belly flops on a pond. I'm in danger.
Captain, whenever you're ready, I'm gonna go say goodbye to Kitongu. Take care of yourself out there. Tell your dad I said hi.
Will do my best. Take care.
And then
Kitongu's like completely fake turned away. He's like trying to maintain their composure.
The
sentiment.
Composure. What is he gonna do? Cry?
Yeah.
Well, he physically
Yeah, he's
can't,
crying.
so maybe he's trying.
Maybe he's trying not
Aw,
to.
poor dude.
Thing he does that he can't cry, so he makes a weird face.
Yeah, just he's quietly behind his mask going. No, you wanted to go up to Kitangu?
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up beside Kitangu.
Make a perception or insight check.
Perception all the way.
Okay.
Was there gonna be a time skip?
Yes. This will be the last thing for this session.
25.
You notice that you notice his hands are shaking. You also notice that the smaller hands are like almost clasped together and almost seem to be fidgeting, but in a very specific way that almost looks like somatic components. But you can tell that it's not something like thieves can't.
Okay. I'll just put my hand on his whichever shoulders I can reach. And just say,
yeah, you like put your hand on his hip. Actually, no, he's like stepped down a few steps. You could probably reach his shoulder maybe.
Okay.
He turns slowly.
I will offer my hand and just say, I don't know if we'll ever see each other again, but it was nice knowing you.
As you outstretch the hand, he almost recoils. I'm sorry, but I don't do such gestures. Sometimes it's for the best to don't say goodbye. I hate goodbyes. You know, sometimes it's better to think that they're just not around right now.
Tell you what, if I see another Connor, I'll give you my best. And then I'll wave goodbye and head to the portal.
Okay. So who's still left?
I
I
assume
think it's
Talia.
everyone.
Yeah, I assume Talia went through the portal as I went and said goodbye to.
As
No,
Talia goes towards
I'm-
the portal,
I stayed behind.
Oh, in that case,
Miriam
I will,
stands up and turns to you, Talia.
Nope, I will go through the portal and let them have their tender moment.
Aw, thank you, Jack.
They're
At least
chicken tenders.
Jack.
Yeah.
Old gear?
At least you. At least you understand the assignment.
We know what she meant.
Yeah, I think Holgear walks up and is like, get ready to go, looks between the two of you and is like, I'll just be over here, and then walks through.
I'll just be over here, not anywhere. There you go.
I'll just be over here in this other reality.
Yeah, Miriam looks at you. She just kind of locks eyes with you. I just want to start off by saying I'm sorry for being angry and upset and just generally I don't know why, but when I look at you, I just get so angry. I know it's not your fault. It's just really upsetting. And
Let me guess. I remind you of him, don't I?
I don't know. I can't remember anything, but just something wells up inside of me, and I just know, you know, I think I've always known. She locks eyes with you. I want you to have this. And she holds out her book to you.
Miriam, you can't take that. You have worked. You have had that for years, working towards completing it.
But it doesn't mean anything if it can't be used. There's only so many spells I can get here, and, well, maybe you could finish what I started. Maybe you could be the change that I wanted to see in the world. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's really all that a parent wants, isn't it? They just want to send their child off with a better chance than they had, right? Ever since I learned your name, I knew. And she opens up the book, and on the page you can see where it says, Miriam, to my daughter who I want to give everything, Talia. You know, there are some things that even magic can't hold back. And that's the way that a mother feels about her daughter. She leans in, kisses you sweetly on the forehead, and gives you a gentle push into the portal. And she's gone.
Before I go through, I kind of attempt to grab a hold of her.
As you grab a hold of her wrist, Kitongu steps forward and places a hand on her shoulder, and she closes her eyes and looks down. And they both disappear from sight. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.